Water.
Earth.
Fire.
Air.
The false Avatar Yun and his destructive campaign of revenge is at an end, brought down by the true Avatar Kyoshi. But the delay in locating and training her, as well as the disastrous actions of Earth Sage Jianzhu, have left the Earth Kingdom weak and vulnerable. Bandit groups known as Dao Fei vie for power and territory, and even the citizens behind the walls of Ba Sing Se are not safe. Remnants of the Fifth Nation, a southern water tribe pirate group, and the Yellownecks, a particularly brutal outlaw organisation, still linger in the shadows, waiting for the opportunity to strike. With the Earth Kingdom in disarray and Kyoshi needing competent allies to help restore balance, who will answer the call?
G'day, I'm Brandon. I'm playing Keeko Moo, Waterbender from the Southern Water Tribe, and I'm just looking for a good time.
Hello, my name's Andrew. I'm playing Jedd, the disgraced Airbender.
Hello, my name is Archie. I play Ted, the Airbender. I'm traveling with my brother Jedd to assist Kyoshi in her fight.
Hi, I'm Bree, and I'm playing Lilly Hannah from the Earth Kingdom, and she is a small child who gets in trouble.
Hi, I'm Dragon. I'm playing the character Tilla, who is a Sandbender from the Earth Nation.
And I'm Owen, the Dungeon Master of our Avatar Legends campaign, The Legacy of Kyoshi, which starts right now. Hello there, lovely listener. This is just a warning to let you know that this episode of The Legacy of Kyoshi may contain adult language or adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello! Welcome back to the Lost Archives, everybody. It is wonderful to see all of your gorgeous faces once again. We are back. We are playing Avatar Legends, the homebrew brilliance campaign, Legacy of Kyoshi. A campaign that I once said would go for maybe 10, maybe 12 episodes. This is episode 24. We have well surpassed double what I said we would do. Here we are. Let's carry on. In terms of fun announcements to share, we have a non-fun announcement. We have an apology from tonight. We did know in advance that Andrew wasn't going to be able to make it. Andrew's currently off to sin some soup, he says in chat. So I'm not sure what that means, but I guess he's going to go have fun doing that. Apparently
You
that's more...
disgusting man.
What was that?
You disgusting man.
I know what he's doing. I do love now that, like, without the context of his message where he misspelt win, it's now just Andrew sinned soup, and that's the message for everyone on the recording with the podcast, as it should be. In terms of other fun announcements, I finished doing the D&D Lego build. I am currently trying to edit the footage. Yep, I've done the whole thing. It's all done. Timelapse is finished and fully edited. I've even done a series of slow pans. I put each of the models on like my little lazy Susan, got the camera set up, and then I did like slow rotations for the full like 360. Yeah. It looks so good. So cute. I am having some problems with the full ASMR build video. There are two key things that are getting in the way here. I believe that both of them are related to the length and file size. It's a girthy video at almost 90 gigabytes, 80, 90 gigabytes size, 9 hours long. Adobe doesn't like it. I'm really struggling to get Adobe to stay non-crashed for any length of time. I can do maybe a minute or two's worth of editing, and then Adobe goes out, and it's corrupted the cache about 4 times because one of the video files, I tried to sort of stop and start the videos at certain points because I knew this was going to be a big file. I forgot to do it for the last 3 hours of the build. So one of the video files is really big, and Adobe does not like it. It's not happy. So I will keep trying. I promise I will get it done before Christmas, but Adobe's not my friend. I may have to look at alternative video editing software to get me through this, unless you've got some advice, Brandon.
DaVinci Resolve could be really good to help you out there, but also using like those cloud computing platforms where you could just rent for like $2, like just like CPUs and like just like gigabytes worth of like GPUs. Maybe the way to go.
If you've got one that you've used before, I'd love a recommendation because I want to get this finished. It's good to go. Like all the hard work's done. Can I just say, the D&D Lego set's fucking awesome. It was so much fun building Lego again. It's been like a decade since I last built Lego. Oh, it's so satisfying. You know you've been out of the game too long though when 3 hours into your 9-hour build, your fingers are getting sore from pressing together the little pieces. You know you've been out of the game too long. My Lego calluses have faded, unfortunately. But yeah, look, if you've got any recommendations, I'll take them. And in chat too, on YouTube, if you're listening to the podcast, if you've got any recommendations, I'll take them, because it'd be really cool to have it done. It's just so frustrating. I've already increased the cache limit up to as high as I can go. I've done everything I can. I've switched everything over to the SSD on a separate SSD. I've tried. It's killing me. It's killing me.
Mans is dying.
But in other news, the Subnautica playthroughs all finished or recorded. Episodes will be dropping every second day. And Below Zero, I've just started the recording. Episodes will be dropping every second day once we finish off Subnautica. It'll tide us through the Christmas period while we're all away. Hopefully Subnautica is lots of fun and entertaining. I've very much enjoyed jumping back in, and some of the mods that we played with were really, really cool. There's been a lot of work, a lot of hard work done by some key modding people. And if you haven't played Subnautica for a while, great chance to get back in before the second game drops next year. Speaking of, one of the people here has spent a lot of time styling their entire personality, identity, and stream online presence after the idea of being in the water. Subnautica 2, I hear, is fully multiplayer. AquaticArchie, how do you feel about playing an underwater survival game?
I mean,
I was like, where is it going? Oh, wait.
I heard water themed and I knew it was my time to shine.
Wait.
I was like, is it
Wait,
talking about me? I'm
wait.
like, oh,
I believe up to
Can
4
I-
people can play.
Can I join?
Yeah.
No,
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you. I want to
So
join.
we'll get I think we'll get the stream team back together for some Subnautica playthroughs. I'm going to be playing through a couple of times because everything I've seen about it just looks so good. So yes, Archie.
I was going to say no, Andrew.
I'll take Andrew's place.
Yeah, okay, cool, done.
I have no power here. This is all up to them.
If you were here, you could have put your name in
Yeah,
the
if you
hat.
weren't too busy sitting soup, you could have joined.
Leave that soup alone.
Leave that soup alone, Andrew. Stop sitting soup. Holy shit.
Do you have some real random news?
Oh yeah, go on. We like random news.
Where I work, the building has been doing a 12 days of Christmas thing. So every day for 12 days, they're giving away a free present.
That's pretty
And
cool.
some of the presents are pretty cool. Like I got a stubby holder,
Hey,
and like it's decorated with like lizards and
Christmas
hats.
lizards.
then I
Nothing
got,
says
like
Australia
a
more
hat.
than Christmas lizards and a Christmas lizard
Like a
bucket hat.
surfable hat.
Oh, surf. Yeah, that's pretty spot on in
And then
Christmas colours.
That's very Australian.
It's very
Yeah,
Australian.
today's one was a fucking candle that came in a bag.
I think I need to change jobs to
fucking
work for your
candle?
company, Dragon. It seems way better than the place I'm currently working
Look at it! It's just a full-on candle.
We're very excited. I can hear.
And it smells like pine.
Yum. I like pine.
Yeah.
Very Christmassy.
Oh, that came through on the recording. I heard
Oh, you
that.
bet. We're very excited about the pine. That sounds awesome.
Chris?
I wish I could get some presents.
Yeah, there's only like a couple of them. I got like a bunch of others as well, and I think it's still 3 more days.
Do you know what? It's really good to see you're feeling happy and in a good mood, Dragon, because you haven't heard what happened last episode yet. So
I'm trying not to think about it.
I want you to sit in that
like
emotion. Just sit in that emotion for a bit. I want you to sit there and hold it in your heart, because very soon when I do this recap, I am about to crush all joy out of you once again. Just so you know.
Andrew, I'm gonna murder you, by the way.
It was all
It was
Andrew.
all
He has
Andrew.
said he's not sorry. I would like to point out he has said he's not sorry.
He said he's not sorry. You motherfucker.
Goodness me. Well,
How
look,
dare.
I think that's it for all of our fun announcements. So yeah, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, very, very soon you'll see the rest of the Subnautica episodes popping out, and then Below Zero, I will let you know ASAP about the Lego build. It's like, as I said, the time lapse is all finished. The time lapse looks so cool. I'm gonna do more time lapse videos. I love time lapse. It's the best. I don't know what I'm gonna do time lapse of. I'm gonna find things to do time lapse videos of. But the Adobe just isn't playing nice with the file size of the ASMR, and I it's my fault. All of the smaller file sizes aren't causing any problems. It's just this last one. I will get this working, I promise. In time for Christmas, at the very latest. Awesome. That's all the fun announcements to share. Shall we jump in and do our recap?
If it's not up by Christmas,
Absolutely.
I'm on strike.
You're on strike. What does that look like?
If it's not up by Christmas Day,
I think it'd be
Yeah,
more
we're
in
strike.
keeping if you released a petition that only 2 people signed, one of whom was you, one of whom was me. That
I'm
does
pretty
seem
sure we
far more
had
likely.
3.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. 3 people.
One actual person signed it.
Who was that?
We'll
It's
never
probably
know.
Shroopy. It was probably
I have
Darren.
a feeling it was probably true.
It's 100% Shroopy. Oh my goodness. Well, look,
Thank you, Droopy.
let's do our recap. Let's jump into the session. I've done a slightly longer recap. I wasn't sure if you'd had a chance to watch it, Dragon, so I had 2 versions of the recap ready to go. We did a slightly longer one just so you get back into things. So, let's do our recap. It's been 3 years since the false Avatar Yun has been struck down, and the world now knows the name of the true Avatar, Kyoshi. With the Earth Kingdom weak and vulnerable, Kyoshi and her partner Rangi have moved out to the Akoya Peninsula, sending out a message to each of the 4 nations. Come and help the Avatar build a better future. Answering the call are brothers Ted and Jedd of the Air Nation, Keeko of the Southern Water Tribe, Lilly from Ba Sing Se, and Tilla from the Siwong Oasis. After capturing some bandits plaguing the nearby settlement of Koru, the team are now tracking missing cargo and suspected pirates in the ocean surrounding the Southern Water Tribe. Now teamed up with Avatar Kyoshi and 3 pirate hunters, Kiyu, Yara, and Ko, the team have arrived on the small island off the coast of the Southern Air Nation archipelago, having followed clues leading them to a secret meeting between the 5th Nation remnants and the Yellowneck bandits. With time of the essence, the team split into 2 groups. While Keeko, Tilla, and Jedd infiltrated the campsite, pretending to be a forward scout group of bandits and pirates, Ted, Lilly, Kyoshi, and the pirate hunters stayed to the shadows. Initially able to talk their way into the campsite and making introductions to a grizzled pirate by the name of Crake, the group soon found themselves welcomed amongst the partying pirates. That is until Lilly crawled out too close to the edge of a ledge and plummeted through the cloth roof, landing squarely in the middle of the gathering. While it was looking like the whole plan was about to fall apart, some quick thinking from Lilly diverted the pirates' attention toward the Yellownecks, convincing them that their leader King had been carelessly sharing the details of the meeting. She was not able to prevent a group of pirates heading out to search the island, though. With the search party now heading out, Lilly used the opportunity to try and win over Crake, successfully convincing him of King's incompetence and making him rethink the proposed alliance with the Yellownecks. Deciding to speak with Admiral Korn, Crake requested Lilly accompany him as evidence of King's inability to keep secret meetings secret. Just as the party were about to make their way to the shoreline, deciding on outing King to the 5th Nation, some of the search party returned having found the team's boats. With pirates now scouring the island for signs of intruders, the group hurried over to the beachhead, intent on getting ahead of the impending discovery of their friends. Stepping out onto the beach, the team was surprised to find King standing amongst the bonfires on the beach, before heading inside the largest tent at the end. With King now out of sight, Jedd strode over to the remaining Yellownecks, while Lilly planned to sneak aboard the Fire Nation ship in search of blasting jelly. Meanwhile, Ted had been staying to the shadows with Kyoshi and the pirate hunters, avoiding the patrols and making his way up the bluff above the beach. Looking down from the cliff face, Ted watched as Jedd made a bit of a mess of his introduction, freezing up when asked his name. Knowing only one way to help his brother, Ted blasted a stream of air from atop the bluff, attempting to extinguish the flames, but instead blasting Jedd into the woman who had asked his name, alerting the entire camp to his presence. The beach was plunged into chaos as the benders amongst the pirates began to unleash shards of ice, stone, and blasts of fire up towards Ted. Leaping into the dark sky and flying low over the beach, using his special skill maneuvering, the poorly aimed shrapnel rained down upon the pirates, 5th Nation, and the rest of the party. The remaining group, with the beach now turned into a battle zone, Ted shot out and away over the ocean, heading back towards the Southern Air Temple. With the remaining members of the party back on the beach, dealing with the fallout, they just managed to convince Crake they had nothing to do with this sudden attack. Right as they had decided to head over to one of the ships for protection, though, Admiral Kong emerged from the tent, using his glass bending to obliterate one of the pirates who was supposed to have been on watch. Jedd attempted to chat up the Yellowneck lady he had saved previously, but the conversation quickly got away from him. Jedd accidentally pointing Lilly out to her, and then just kind of standing back as she marched into the tent to talk to King. Realizing he might have fucked up, Jedd rushed over to the others, but when Crake started questioning what he was doing, Jedd just kind of stood there. Just stood there for a bit. Not sure what was happening with him. Keeko, Lilly, and Tilla stuck around for a few more moments, but this proved to be a potentially fatal mistake. Striding from the tent, King marched across the sand, and as soon as he caught sight of Lilly and Tilla, called out to the rest of the camp to seize them. Meanwhile, Ted rushed back to the Southern Air Temple, hoping to convince the monks there to assist him in taking out the bandits back on the beach. After pinning yet more shit on his brother, Ted's mentor, Sean, spoke to the monks, explaining the situation and allowing them to choose whether they wanted to help. With only 2 monks willing to fight, a brother and sister called Numil and Lishi, Ted sped off back to the island with his new allies. With the situation back at camp now falling rapidly apart, Keeko and Lilly tried their best to keep the 5th Nation on side, leaning heavily on the connection they had formed with the pirate, and leaning into the lies they had already told Crake. With the situation between the Yellownecks and Fifth Nation resembling black powder ready to go up, Lilly leaned in and lit the match, goading King into throwing a punch against her. Admiral Kong advanced forward, demanding King stand down if he wanted to keep his hand, glass beginning to swirl around his hands. King used this opportunity to call out Jedd as an airbender and Tilla as a sheriff, calling upon Jedd to remove his gloves to show his tattoos and the pirates to search Tilla for her badge. With the whole situation starting to fall apart once more, a sudden green blur dropped from the sky and landed on the beach. As the blue glow flashed behind her eyes, Avatar Kyoshi called out for the bandits and pirates to stand down or face the wrath of the Avatar. Stand down they did not, as Kong unleashed a powerful, swirling vortex of glass that trapped Kyoshi, preventing her from going into the Avatar state. Fight broke out across the beach. While Lilly rushed aboard the Fire Nation ship, locating a few barrels of blasting jelly, taking some for herself and lighting the rest up in a single move, the rest of the party fought valiantly against the Fifth Nation and the Yellownecks, their attacks soon turning both groups fully against them, especially when it was revealed they had a connection to the Avatar. Suddenly the Air Nation attacked. I should have just done that as the full recap. That's the recap right there. It's just suddenly the Air Nation attacked, right? As Lilly emerged from the deck of the Fire Nation ship, alerting only Jedd to what she had done below, the party began to gather on the bluff overlooking the beach, moving away from the ship, which was now a ticking time bomb. We left off last session as Jedd abandoned Tilla in the midst of combat, Tilla having valiantly stepped forward to defend him and protect him from the Fifth Nation pirates, while Ted rescued Lilly and Kyoshi, dragging them forward and away from the fighting. That is where we jump straight back in. We jump right back in the middle of combat. So, what we're going to do is get all of you to pull open your character sheets, and we are going to all pick an approach as we head back into combat once more. I will take control. Yeah, what's up?
Quick FYI for Tilla. Can you see this big black circle?
Yeah, I'm assuming
So
that's
this
gonna be a
is
blast radius.
this is roughly the blast radius.
You don't know that.
Based on previous conversations, this is what we kind of expect.
That's what you've decided it might be. I haven't indicated any.
I know you haven't indicated, but you might want to move, love.
Here's the thing though, Tilla,
We don't know.
you don't know that. Dragon, you do now.
Yeah,
But as
no one
far
told
as-
you that
As
the
far as
ship's got to
Tilla's
go.
aware, Ted gave you a guide and comfort, which consisted of him going, "Come."
That's the greatest fucking thing in existence.
That was his guide and comfort. We did a few different variations of it and decided that was what he said because he was like, "Oh, I just wanted to come, just come." Suggestions. And I was like, "Do you whistle?" He's like, "Yeah."
This way. Come on.
And yet that hasn't been Rule 34 yet.
Yeah. Come on.
Yikes. That's a hell of a statement.
I was like, don't do it.
Give me
Don't do
what
it.
I want.
Yikes. You will notice, Tilla, that you have taken some fatigue and conditions. If you have a look at your character sheet, you will notice that I was keeping track of your health and things like that. Yeah.
Quick question.
Yeah.
How do we do the combat thing again?
Oh, super easy. So what's going to happen is it's okay. You can't access it right yet. What's going to happen is I'm going to
Okay.
click initiate. I'll do that right now. And what you need to do is click on the combat approach that you would like to take, and we will lock it in. It has been a hot minute since we last did combat. So I'm going to click initiate now and then click here. So if you open up your character sheet, you should be able to see the combat, and now you can pick an approach and then lock it in.
Ah, there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, I remember last time we went to combat and we did something, but I couldn't see the something that we did, and I'm like, wait, was it not here?
Oh, hang on. I need to enable GM override. Sorry for Andrew. I just realized that. There we go. Now I'm in control.
Also, how come when I'm on the Twitch stream, it
Yeah.
says live and it says offline at the same time?
Refresh.
Refresh.
Refresh?
Yeah,
I'm refresh.
That's what I
Maybe
do.
it's just browser's bugged.
maybe.
Maybe
it's weird
you're
'cause now
in the
it's, like, on the
Matrix.
top.
Could be the
Yeah.
I don't know the
Twitch
answer.
has
Sorry,
done
man.
an update. I have never seen this fucking style before.
Why is it up the top? That's so weird.
Okay. I know. I think there has been an update to Twitch recently. I don't think I'm a fan. Just as an FYI.
I hate it.
Yeah. Change it back. All right, everybody. Are we
I'm
all
not
locked in? Are
afraid
we
to
ready for
say
me to
it.
click resolve? Are we good to go?
No.
Yes, Daddy.
No. Now I'm ready.
Perfect.
Sorry.
Right.
Oh wait, I haven't fucking picked anything. Wait, give me 2 seconds.
You've got literally 2 seconds because this does time out.
At the back.
Oh, what? Lock it in a move?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay.
Alright.
I don't know if you guys can see.
Love that Brandon's just. Oh yeah, I can see what's happening to the back of your neck. Yeah. For podcast listeners.
I've got an ad. We're good now. Don't.
Okay, for podcast listeners, Dragon's bird is currently pecking hair out the back of her neck. That'd be fair to say. All right, are we all locked in?
No,
I'm gonna click.
He's got a blanket.
Did we
He's
mix
turned
it?
my
Did we
hair
mix
into a
it?
blanket.
Nah, we're all good. Everyone's in.
Damn it.
Keeko, Ted, Lilly, Jedd. Wait, hang on. Where's Tilla?
Oh, we missed someone.
I didn't do lock-in shit.
Yeah,
sorry.
you gotta make sure you click lock in. All right, I gotta do it again. I'm gonna do it again. Lock
I
it
guess
in.
I'll pick the one that I actually wanted.
You're gonna have to lock it in again. Sorry. I have to lock in. And the other thing is, I have to lock in all of the NPCs again, and there are a lot of NPCs on this beach. So, Dragon.
I locked in, okay? I locked in.
Don't maybe do this again. This is a lot of effort every time I have to do this.
Again.
All right, are we ready?
Yeah, I'm waiting on you.
Resolve. Perfect. Okay, our defender maneuvers are up first. Let me switch the music over to something a little bit more combat-y, and we will jump in. So first off, with our defend and maneuvers, looks like we have... Actually, let's do a proper... Let's do... What a good avatar battle one. The Tribe. That sounds pretty good. Let's put this one on. If you're wondering where our music comes from, I know I put it in the description, but this is all from Feslian Studios. They are super cool. If you're ever looking for really, really cool music that you can use for D&D, for Avatar, Feslian Studios. Really, really awesome. Could not recommend them higher. Alrighty, so we've got Keeko, Tilla, Lilly, and the Yellownecks all on defend and maneuver. Keeko, you're up first, my man.
Awesome. All right. I made the ground slushy around these guys before. It's going to be a little bit wet. I'm just going to use the water in like the sand and just like slush my way. Just push the water above my feet. And just try and get as close as I can to Jedd, Lilly, and Ted. Just slushing through the sand.
Should bring us across to a map on the stream, shouldn't I? There we go.
Maybe.
I was about to mention that.
I'm on it. I'm on it. We're a professional stream.
Okay,
We're a professional stream. We know what we're doing.
Quick question. While it's loading for everyone else, what are all the symbols next to some people?
Things that have happened with bonuses and
Bolstering and hindering, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got it. Thank you.
It's more for me than anyone else, to be perfectly honest. It's most of the NPCs have been hit with these. Alrighty, so Keeko, my man, what's the plan?
Pretty much that. Like to just defend a maneuver. Sorry, I meant to say seize position. So
Yes.
that's what I'm trying to do to get up to Jedd and Kyoshi and that. So
Alrighty.
jumping over there.
So the Fifth
And,
Nation would
yeah.
have to spend a fatigue to try and lock you down, would they not?
They would have to. Yes.
Keeko, as you go to run away, one of the Fifth Nation who's standing next to Kong, you watch as they reach out and trip you over, causing you to stumble and falter in the dirt along this volcanic sandy beach as they block your attack and, block your escape.
Oh, I should have done something different.
Sucks. Looked
Sorry,
at him like they would. They nah. Them the breaks.
Sorry, mate. I mean, look, from their perspective,
Oh, wait,
right?
I didn't roll. Sorry, I was meant to roll focus.
Oh, I see. You might be able to do something else as well.
Nah, it was a 6. That makes sense now.
In that case, then they don't even need to take the fatigue unless you want to shift your balance. It's up to you. No, because you already know you fail. So here's what happens, Keeko.
Yeah,
as you go to rush away, your feet stumble and trip. I mean, you've created so much of this slushy ice around you. You've been slipping and sliding around. For a moment, the transition back to the volcanic sand of the beach, you're not ready for it. Your momentum is still too great. And as you stumble and trip, you just manage to catch yourself, but are unable to get away and unable to move yourself out of the danger zone, as you are now aware of it.
Danger zone.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Tilla and Lilly, both of you can determine who's going next out of that, I should say. You guys can determine your order. But yeah, Tilla and Lilly, can I get both of you to please roll with focus, I think it is, for defend and maneuver?
Yes.
Yep, I have an 8.
8.
Got a 7. You can go first.
Alrighty.
All right, I would like to use my special move, Smoke Bomb.
Oh yeah.
Now, it says you throw a smoke bomb to cover your escape from combat. Can I throw it to where like the Fifth Nation and Kong are? Like, what kind of distance can I throw it?
Oh, look, I would say that you're able
Can
to
I
throw it at least
toss it
30 feet. Yeah, for sure. That's only like, 5-10 feet away. It's a couple of meters. Let's say each
Yeah,
one
like,
of these.
like 15 feet or so.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we can say
Yeah.
that like you've got a couple of squares you can throw, maybe like 6 squares, 8 squares that you're able to throw it. We call it meters if you like. Each one of those squares is a meter. In this case, then yeah, you can throw it about 8 meters.
Okay. Yeah. Mark 1 fatigue to immediately impair every other combatant in the area. You must escape at the end of this exchange. Any foe who is engaged with you and not impaired may mark 1 fatigue to block your escape.
So what we'll do in this case, because you're not planning on escape. Are you planning on like basically leaving this combat and disappearing?
I essentially want to move as far away as I can. Like I would like to move all the way down here.
Yeah,
if
shit.
possible.
Okay, so 100%. I was going to say what we can do is we can skip over the escape part of it and change it slightly. But if your plan is to basically, know that this thing's going off.
The ship's gonna blow next
in
round.
one turn. Yeah.
So I would like to GTFO, and if I move as far as I can on my turn, then I'm hoping that means that Ted can do his special move where he grabs somebody and pulls them with him and doesn't have to use that on me.
Yeah. Look, possibly. We'll have to see.
I'm hoping.
For sure. Lilly,
yeah, I would like to throw it amongst like the Fifth Nation and Kong, but I don't know how to not make it hit Keeko, so I don't know who.
It does say enemies
it would
engaged
end
with
up
you,
being.
doesn't it?
Does say.
Sure
Cover your escape from combat. Immediately impair every other combatant in the area.
Oh, yeah,
it doesn't have anything to do with people who are engaged with me.
That is Keeko as well, then, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it says any foe who is engaged with you and not impaired may mark 1 fatigue to block my escape. So, like, the Fifth Nation over here or over here could try to block my escape, but, like, they're all the way over there.
Yeah, exactly
So-
right. As you lob the smoke
So
bomb,
it's Keeko.
as you lob the smoke bomb right into the middle of the Fifth Nation,
help you.
Kong and Keeko, all of you take impaired. Keeko, that's an impaired for you. That's an impaired for the Fifth Nation. That is maintaining their impaired for the last round, and I'll add an impaired for Admiral Kong as well. Yikes.
It's more so like I wanted to impair Kong so that, you know, there was an option to be able to escape for everyone else.
Tilla. Defend a maneuver.
GTFO.
Have you rolled with
I'll go
focus
on.
for me,
Yeah.
Tilla?
I did. I got a 7.
7 is good. What would you like to do?
I would like to do the move called? Seize a position.
Yeah, where'd
Maybe
you like
get
to
a
go?
new location. I basically want to just disengage from the people that are around me, and like put myself. Can you see that ping
Yes,
on the map?
I can. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to put like myself.
Try and get down behind
Between-
the tent in the lower
Yeah.
lower sort of southern corner, southwestern corner
Yeah.
of the map, for sure.
Try and just get out from where everyone else is.
So you're going to try and do a disengage,
Yes.
which means if they mark a fatigue, you're not going anywhere.
Yes.
Till you
There.
watch as the Fifth Nation to the north of you, the group of pirates, as you go to sprint and duck underneath, one of the men in this group reaches out and grabs onto the scruff of your neck, pulling you back and throwing you down bodily. No, love. You're not going anywhere. We still got to see if you got a badge on you. As they throw you down, they will mark a fatigue to stop you getting away. Alrighty. Anything else from our defender maneuvers? No, it's just the Yellownecks. The Yellownecks will continue to do their defender maneuver, their special ability, which protects King. They're going to continue to do their protect objective in this case, which is their leader King. Next up, we have our advance and attack. Everyone else's advance and attack. We've only got those options tonight. Jedd and Ted. Ted, would you like to go first? I already know what Jedd's doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Will I have to roll?
Passion.
Passion?
Don't sound too excited.
No, it's fine.
That's
worry
a
about it.
Brandon,
6.
you got a backup character ready?
That's a miss.
I'm planning on it. I'm thinking about rolling for that soon. Yeah.
That is a 6 from Ted. That is a miss. Ted, would you like to shift your balance?
Yes, because I can do a master technique. Yes, I'm going to do that.
Would you like to shift your balance to do a technique?
You were so excited then.
I
Ted.
didn't realize I could do a master technique. I thought it was just basic. But how far can I hit with this last thing?
With what thing, sorry?
With what thing? You know what thing I'm
Gust.
talking
Your
about.
air blast, I think it's called. Is that what it's
Thundering
called?
Gust.
Thundering Gust.
What am I looking at? 60 feet?
Oh, I don't know if it'd be a 60 feet situation. It'd definitely be a 30 feet
50?
situation.
50? 40?
Oh, look, go on. I'll accept 40. I'll accept 40. 40 to 50. I think last time we did it, it does tend to blast quite fast. So yeah, 40 to 50.
Those yellow necks there are dead, right?
Yeah, there's the
These
group with the
ones?
big X on
the
them.
ones with the
yeah,
X.
Yeah.
They're unconscious.
Can I move a little bit and then do it?
Yeah, you can move a tiny bit for sure.
Can I
Because you're
try
not
to
currently
avoid hitting
engaged.
Keeko?
I move like here,
That's fine.
and then I've gone straight up to these guys.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty.
1, 2, 3.
So you're going for the Fifth Nation, Kong, the two groups of Fifth Nations and Kong, correct?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to do that? Because remember, Jedd's also here and he can also do...
Oh, fuck, right. Okay.
Yeah, because
You know,
Jedd will probably do that.
That's better for this anyway.
Well, I think Jedd was going to go here and go straight up the middle.
Yeah.
Freeing Keeko. Yeah.
Try to avoid Keeko.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go for those 3 then.
Alrighty.
King, Yellownex, and
Ted.
Crochet.
You and your brother have your differences. Particularly when you continually push him underneath every bus that comes along, and even organize for buses to drive him down.
I think he calls the buses. That's all I'm saying.
In this situation, you are perfectly aligned as the two of you step forwards, pulling your hands back, gathering the air behind you. As you go to do your thundering blast, there's this sudden accompanying rush of air, and the two airbenders, Ted, the ones that you enlisted to help you, drop down behind you and
Bill
your
and
brother.
Ben. Bill and Ben. I forgot their names
Numal and
immediately.
Lishi. Numal and Lishi. They drop down behind you and your brother, and as you go to blast the air, you feel this powerful vortex of air from behind you as they empower both of your air blasts. This isn't a lethal attack you're doing, you're pushing people away from your companions. They're going to come and assist with this. As the blast of air shoots forwards, could you take me through what happens with your thundering gust?
How strong are we? How strong are we talking? Like, how far am I pushing these guys?
So here's the situation.
As
You
close
need
to the
mark,
boat as possible.
You need to
I'm
mark 2
hoping I can
fatigue.
push them back onto the boat. I've already marked my 2 fatigue.
Okay,
I'm
perfect.
hoping I can push them onto the boat and like enough gusts that they fall down the stairs, the trap door falls down, and then they're trapped inside. They can't get
They
out.
turn around, they see the wick burning fast.
Okay, here's what happens. They would have to spend 3 fatigue to avoid being pushed back.
I feel like they don't have that much.
One of them does, and one of them does this. Crake.
It's crochet. Yep.
You have not. Crake has not taken any fatigue this so far. He's completely
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
Crake is going to take that fatigue.
He's a good
as he-
guy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. As the blast of air from you and your brother shoots out, empowered by the 2 airbenders assisting, the thundering gust shoots over the group. You watch as 2 of the groups of Yellownecks, one of the Yellownecks who's currently harassing Tilla, you watch as they are all flung... Oh, sorry, not the ones harassing Tilla. Sorry, the ones harassing Keeko. One of the groups of those Yellownecks, the one to the north...
You mean the Fifth Nation?
Fifth Nation, sorry. The group of Fifth Nation harassing Keeko to the north. As the blast of air hits them and fires them back into the jetty, you watch as all 3 of them crumple to the ground, unconscious, lying there. They'd already taken a fair bit of fatigue. 3 fatigues enough to take them out.
They can't die.
Do you remember back we had someone summon a combustion bender called Yugon, and we joked that his full name was Yugon Dyson. I feel like this is the origins of his name. Kong, as well, is thrown back into the jetty. You watch as the Fifth Nation harassing Keeko, the ones to the north, thrown back into the jetty as well from Jedd's sudden powerful blast. Ted, your blast. Keiko's just in the middle of these 2, almost converging cones of wind. Keeko, you feel as your coat is flapping in the breeze, you hunker down as the air flies past on either side of you. Actually, I'm going to say you're still on the ground, having been tripped up.
I'm on the ground. So
As the air blast goes over the top of you. You just put your hands down, block the sand as it bites into you, and this volcanic sand is sharp as it cuts into you, but you are not moving up from where you are right now. You watch as King is not affected by this. As the Yellownecks that were using their protection, they did their special defender maneuver. They take the full blast of this. They smash into the side of the boat, go unconscious, and drop down into the water below.
Oh shit!
He's on ground.
They're not going to be able to experience the explosion.
There's going to be body parts gone everywhere.
This is what you see happen. These are the consequences of your actions as we see them. As these groups have their various blasts, leaving only King still standing, he loses his empowered status as a result of no longer being protected. As he stands there looking around, this sudden twin blast of air, you watch as King turns around and looks at Ted and Jedd and goes, "You think that'll work on me? I've seen your tricks, Airbender. Felt the force of your wind before. You can't knock me down." As he looks over at you, Ted.
Oh, loser.
King's kind of hot.
So, I have a quick question.
Yeah?
I am still empowered.
Yes, you are.
Is that the end of the exchange, or is the end of the exchange like once advance and attack is done?
Once all of the advanced attacks are done, that's the end of the exchange.
Cool. Thank you, Dad.
No problems at all.
Think about it like rounds of combat in D&D.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How long does empowered last for? Is it just
Each
forever?
round. You get it for I think you get it till the combat.
it lasts forever.
Yeah, until end of
End of
combat.
each exchange. Yeah, till the end of combat.
Oh man, I've only got one more.
Not necessarily. We don't know.
There's all those fifth nations still over on the other side. They might be just outside the blast radius.
The ones that you blasted back last time. Yeah, don't worry. Alrighty, next up we have our
If they're smart, they'll run.
Avatar Kyoshi. You watch as Avatar Kyoshi, turning her attention away from King and Kong, seeing them trapped. She turns her attention to the group of 3 Fifth Nation over towards the tent, and you watch as she holds her hands around, spins, and then slams her hands down into the sand. You watch as these spikes of earth spear up, smashing into the group of 3 of them. Avatar Kyoshi is going to do her special move, Earthquake, on these guys. That is going to be... Let me just pull it open so I can see Earthquake. Any structures around you are damaged or destroyed, inflicting up to 4 fatigue on anyone inside or around them, and inflicting impaired and trapping them. You watch as Avatar Kyoshi unleashes on these groups of bandits. 1 group of the Fifth Nation, 2 groups of the Fifth... You watch as all 3 groups of these Fifth Nation are knocked unconscious. Yeah, I did the math on that really quickly. It's pretty bad, actually. No, sorry, 1 group is still up. 1 group is still up. They've got just enough fatigue and a condition left to take this. You watch as 1 group is left standing, the rest of them having smashed into the tent as the tent collapses on top of them, breaking apart under the force of Avatar Kyoshi's earthbending. You watch as she turns around towards you, Lilly, and like looks back at the boat, looks back at you, and then sees the pathway you're running, and like turns her head questioning. And you like with your hands, you do a little explosion.
Yeah, I just go...
You watch as Kyoshi's eyes go wide. She recognizes this, nods, and then braces herself facing towards the boat.
Jesus.
I'm just gonna stand there and take it.
I mean, she's the Avatar. She can firebend. She can firebend it around her, I'm guessing, in some way. Protect
Maybe.
herself.
She can also earthbend as well if she needs to, or airbend.
Yeah,
there's
she can
lots of
make a
options here.
wall of earth. She can slice through it with air. She can put up a little water shield. She's got
Airbending
options.
slice. Yeah, she's got options. Alrighty.
She'll be right.
Let's do the enemies now.
The rest of
King
you, not so
Kong,
much.
Crake, and the Fifth Nation. Now that the Yellownecks are out of the game, I no longer need to roll for them. Let me take them from our NPC combat areas. Yellownecks. Delete. Are you sure you want to delete this NPC? This action cannot be undone. Yes, I do.
Yes.
See you later, shitmods.
Yes.
See you later. King is going to... King's going to advance an attack on Keeko. I'm so sorry, Keeko. You're the closest. You're right there. King... Oh, but he fucking hates Lilly. He
We
really...
did also just withstand a massive air blast from the 2 airbenders and then threaten them.
He did.
Yeah, from Jedd.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
That's a good point. That's a good point. You watch as
I
King...
was honestly thought that he was gonna go for Ted and
Nah,
Jedd.
for sure. You
And
watch
then
as
he
King...
said Keeko, and I'm
Nah.
like, okay.
Nah, you're right. You're right. Like, he knows that Kong has got a bit of a murder boner for Keeko. He goes after Jedd and Ted. You watch as he advances towards the 2 airbenders, slamming his hands together in a quick series of movements as he begins to pull these tiny, like almost like pebbles from the earth, spinning them into these sharp blades and flinging them out towards you. Ted and Jedd, he is going to use his special version of advance and attack. Each of you are going to mark 2 fatigue, please.
Or
Yeah? Yeah.
like a condition.
Yep, you can do that. Yep, so you can mark a fatigue and a condition. If you run out of fatigue, you can do conditions instead. That's very true.
Sick. I can't keep 1 fatigue free.
So you'd have to mark 2 fatigue. Oh no, unless you've got... Did you have 2 fatigue spare, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice, I think Jedd's going to do the same. Jedd's going to take 2 conditions instead, making sure that he has a fatigue handy on the side. He's going to take angry and insecure. I think that checks out for
You're
Jedd.
insecure.
That's it.
For.
That is King's go as he slams out these sharpened stones towards Ted and Jedd. 2 waves of them as he strikes them forwards. You watch as he turns his eyes across them. I told you, you're no match for me. Nothing will get in my way. I will revive the Yellownecks. I will take this pitiful island and these pirates who work here into my fold. The Yellownecks will rise once again. And you, as he turns towards Avatar Kyoshi, you will fall. Next up is Korn.
Big talk.
Yeah, man. I almost should have saved that speech right for when the boat explodes, to be honest. You will fall.
It would have been really funny.
As Kong hoists himself up, staring towards the sudden devastation that's occurring across the beach, you watch as he looks up towards the bluff, and as you turn and gaze up there, you can see a familiar sight. You can see Kiyu, Yara, and Ko is currently fighting off other members of the Fifth Nation pirates up on top of the bluff, the hillside that's looking down towards the beach below you. You can see that Ko is currently swinging around an enormous pillar of ice in his hands, using it as a kind of makeshift club as he smashes into them. You can see Yara and Kiyu being a bit more careful as they try and do very delicate and careful, precise blasts of ice. Ko just in front going boom, just smashing shit with his massive ice hammer. Protein.
He's so great.
As he stares down at the Keeko he watches, just holds up a single fist and then goes back to smashing the Fifth Nation. Kong hoists himself up, looking up and seeing this on the surface up on top of the bluff. You watch as he looks around and goes, "Betrayed, King. You led the Avatar here. You led your pitiful, foolish obsession with this child here. You are weak, King. I will take what's left of your Fifth Nation, what's left of your Yellownecks, and bring them into my Fifth Nation." As he stares down, King, you watch as King doesn't even pay attention, just looking back towards the rest of you, as Kong begins gathering round a lot of the water around his feet before slamming it forwards. That is going to be... Or is he?
You said it.
No. You watch as instead Kong is going to rush forwards, trying to summon the glass around his fist once again. Sorry, not the water. You watch as he summons the glass around his fist once again, forming this almost like jagged glass armor that begins to crack across his body as he is going to do Intimidate, and he's going to try and pressure Avatar Kyoshi, taking on this much more armored form with the glass cracking up and forming across his body. The sand liquefying and forming this volcanic glass, almost like obsidian across his body. That is going to be Kong's go as he gets himself ready for combat. Last up, we have Crake and the Fifth Nation. The Fifth Nation are going to advance and attack on anyone that they can. One group of the Fifth Nation rush up towards Avatar Kyoshi. One group going to rush up towards Keeko. Crake is going to rush up towards... who does he feel betrayed him the most? Ooh, probably Keeko. He felt a bit of a bond with you, Keeko.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Keeko.
Tilla, there's two attacks. There's 2 attacks against you from the Fifth Nation remnants. That is going to be... they're going to do 2 strikes against you. You have to mark either 2 fatigue, a condition, or shift your balance away from center. Your choice.
What does it mean if I shift my balance away from center?
So where's your balance currently? Is it right in the middle, or is it in one direction?
Okay, I get what that means. Like, you shift away from 0.
But if you're already away from 0, you have to commit to that direction. You can't shift it back to 0. Yeah.
No, I know that. But what does it mean? Like the +1, +2 underneath.
So if you roll with that particular ability, so in this instance, if you're torn between, let's say, duty and freedom, and you were more towards freedom, if I asked you to do a roll with your balance, it would be with freedom. If it was to do something that involves or invokes that kind of mentality, if it was to do with duty, like let's say that you were trying to convince someone to live up to their standards, for example, that might roll with duty instead.
Got it, okay.
But if you roll off the edge of your balance, if you
You're
go
out of combat.
past the +3, you take a really dramatic action in whatever form that would take, and then you're out of combat.
Takes you out of combat.
Got it. Okay. So I could move my balance from +1 to +2.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty
Sweet.
safe.
I'm gonna do that.
You've got another strike coming in. Same deal as the last strike. 2 fatigue, condition,
Go on, move
or
to
shift your balance.
+3.
Go on, go +3.
Really
Let's do that.
nice.
No, I'm gonna mark a condition.
Probably
I
wise.
live my life on +3.
So does Andrew, apparently. He's also on +3 to control, which is quite entertaining.
I will take the afraid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. You're currently
Probably pretty
surrounded by
scared.
like 2 groups of these pirates. I mean, you're in a pretty precarious spot, Tilla. This is not a good place to be. You need to get out of here as quickly as
I
possible.
get no shit.
Yeah.
You did also just watch all of your friends run away from you.
Yeah.
Sitting on the hill, just like, hey guys, get up
Is
here.
there a condition for betrayed?
I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna add it. It's pretty good actually. Fifth Nation also attacking Keeko. Unfortunately, you've got Crake and the Fifth Nation on you. Sorry, Keeko. The first group of Fifth Nation that are attacking you are going to do a smash to try and throw you off balance. They are going to give you the impaired stat. Oh, you've already got it.
I've already got it.
In that
You
case,
can't
then.
impair me.
In that case, then it might be upgraded to stunned, which I don't think is a good idea for Keeko.
No, you just can't. You can't stack impaired. Just take the L. It's fine. We can go.
Keeko, as the group of Fifth Nations surround you and begin trying to freeze you into the ground,
You feel doomed.
you feel yourself, not in a good way, mate, as the ice begins to freeze you to the volcanic sand of the beach. It's the shoreline just beyond, and you know what's coming with that ship as well.
Yeah, I already posted my picture and the kazoo cover of My Heart Will Go On in chat.
Oh no.
I've already planned out my memoriam.
Alrighty, last up is Crake. Crake rushes up towards you, Keeko. Actually, he's not going to rush. You watch as Crake moves up towards you, Keeko, looking across as he shakes his head. Thought you were one of us, lad. Thought you were one of the Fifth Nation. You're a traitor. Traitor to our cause, to our beliefs. You disgust me.
They're like struggling in my icy shackles. The belief in Fifth Nation died years ago. Everything changed. You're no longer the Fifth Nation I joined. Something else. You've just become murderers.
I'm sorry you feel that way. And with that, he reaches out with a strike, cracking into you. I need you to mark 2 fatigue, a condition, or shift your balance away from center. Your choice.
I'm gonna go.
He's doing some
Let's
math.
go.
I don't like it when you have to think this hard.
I'm just looking. I'm just like, let's keep some fatigue set. Let's go. I'm moving over my balance.
Ah,
More
Keeko,
towards
you've got
four.
loads of conditions free. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I just don't want to be angry or afraid or insecure.
Do you tick off conditions? So you do conditions. Sorry, you do the fatigue blank when you've lost it. Do you?
No. I mark the fatigues like the marks on there.
Okay, gotcha. You're fine. You're not in too much danger.
Yeah. No, I'm fine.
I thought you were
I
way.
just don't want to put on any more fatigue.
I thought you were dead. I thought you were close to death. I was looking. I was like, he must have
It was
most of his
definitely acting
conditions.
that way.
Yeah, you must have
I'm
most of your
I'm just a
conditions
good actor,
marked.
you know?
No, he's fine, guys.
My character's built around acting.
You don't have to worry.
Dramatic motherfucker.
He's okay. He's actually still got 2-3 fatigue free. He's got a couple of conditions. He's fine.
Must be nice.
Must be
I
nice.
just don't know what a ship full of explosives is going to do to me.
So what did you choose to take, Keeko? Did you choose to take a condition or did you choose to shift your balance?
I shift my balance. I'm more
Nice.
sporty.
Up to +2. Very, very nice. Alrighty. That's the end of the round. It is the beginning of the second round since Lilly lit the blasting jelly. Here's what happens.
So excited.
For a moment, it's hard to perceive what just happened. 1 second, the ship is there in the harbour, docked against the pontoon. Members of the Fifth Nation still pretty close by. Kong, still pretty close by. Tilla and Keeko, concerningly close on the beach. And then all of a sudden, there's this blinding flash, this rush of wind. All of you are knocked to the ground as the boat detonates. Lilly, you're the furthest away as the tent is blasted by this sudden wave of force, the canvas ripping away in the sudden rush of wind as this blast of warm, hot air shifts across you. You watch as the ship ignites and explodes.
I watch with glee.
You watch with glee.
God damn it.
Shrapnel
Ironiac.
rains across the beach as enormous shards of splintered wood begin smashing across every single person on that beach. I need everyone to roll with Push Your Luck.
Even me?
You've got a bonus to this that is a secret bonus. Keeko and Tilla, you have a secret minus to this because you are closer.
Oh, fuck.
I rolled an 11. I'm good.
Lilly, that's a 13 total. You just like stand there watching.
I'm just sitting there like, yes, burn!
I am so fucked.
Okay. I would just like to say Lilly turns and looks directly down the barrel of the camera while everything flames up behind her in exactly that image.
Alrighty. We've got a 5 from Tilla. That's not good.
Yeah, Tilla.
That's a 9 from Ted. Tilla, that's so what was that from Keeko? 8 from Keeko. So Keeko, yours is taken down to 7, which is still a success with consequences. Tilla, yours is taken down to a 4, which is still a fail. Ted, 9 success. Oh, I should probably roll for Jedd, shouldn't I? Oh man, if I could kill Jedd right now, that'd be awesome.
Die.
Push your luck. Here we go.
Kill my brother.
6, that's a miss. Here we go. Sorry, Andrew. 6, that is a miss. Those of you who failed your Push Your Luck, Keeko and Tilla.
And I think I succeeded, didn't he?
Partial success, not a full success.
Oh.
Keeko and Tilla. As the shrapnel explodes from the boat, Keeko, you are showered, peppered in this massive explosion of debris as these tiny splinters fly out at such incredible speed. They slam into your coat, but you do not take the maximum damage that you could have. Right as the shrapnel is about to hit you, an unexpected thing happens. Moving as if on instinct, you watch as Crake moves and steps slightly in front of you.
Aww.
Maybe he's trying to protect you. Maybe it was just instinct from the sudden explosion, him turning to see what it was. Whatever it was, Crake takes a massive shard of wood to the shoulder that would have hit you right in the neck. Instead, Keeko, as you are thrown to the ground, you mark 1 fatigue. As you are peppered with these tiny shards of shrapnel, Crake takes a much harder blow. His entire shoulder speared with a 30-centimeter long piece of splintered wood. Tilla, despite the Fifth Nation standing right in front of you, you are not so lucky. The three Fifth Nation that are blocking your view are peppered and obliterated. You watch as the one in front of you, their head explodes as a shard of wood longer than your arm goes straight through the back of their head, slamming into you and knocking you back and tumbling you across the ground into the fire. As the wood rains down from... You got a 4, mate. That's not a good roll.
I forgot I was in front of the fire.
The good news is you don't land directly on the fire. Instead, you land on the Fifth Nation in front of you, who are also between you and the fire, as their skin begins to go.
Behind me out there.
Yeah, as you are just sandwiched between these groups of people, hammered with the explosion. You're not crushed. You are going to take...
I should be, though.
You are going to take 2 fatigue, and in this moment, Tilla, you are trapped. 2 fatigue or a condition. In this moment, you are trapped.
Okay, trapped. And I'll take troubled. I feel like it's appropriate.
That checks out. Jedd and Ted. Jedd, yours was a... Jedd was a 6, that's a miss. Ted, yours was a 9, which is a success with consequences. Ted, you're a little bit further away. As the shrapnel rains across the beach, you watch as the Fifth Nation remnant right next to Korn, the 2 members of that group who are left, you watch as one of them is swallowed whole by the fireball, disappearing into this enormous explosion as one of the barrels, maybe over towards the side a little bit, lets loose the blasting jelly in an asymmetric way, not out the top, but out the side. You watch as they are engulfed in the fireball, burning the side of Korn. The glass that he's using as his shield, this arm that he was putting across himself, does seem to limit the damage, but you watch as one of his arms is blasted, the glass shattering into his flesh from the force of this explosion as he is knocked prone. The Fifth Nation next to him is also always taken out of combat. They're gone. They're dead. Ted?
Mm-hmm.
As the shrapnel rains down across you, you also must mark a fatigue. As it slams
I have
down
a quick
into you.
question.
Yeah.
Is exchange over?
No. People are still up.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. The previous exchange is with the start of a new exchange now. Yeah. Sorry, we're the part of a new exchange now.
Sweet. Cool.
Perfect. You take a fatigue. Jedd is not so lucky. As the mast on the very top of this ship, even though it's a Fire Nation, what did I call it before? Like a steamship. You can still see that it has an enormous smokestack style chimney. As that drops, you watch as a section of it breaks away, tumbling down, smashing into the beach, bouncing right next to Keeko, and flinging forwards, taking out Jedd as Jedd is knocked down and smashed into by this thing. I will mark off guilty. No, let's go troubled. I think troubled is more appropriate for Jedd, and he is stunned for the time being. We've done Keeko. It's only Lilly left. Lilly just watches this chaos unleashes across the beach. You see in front of you the Fifth Nation remnants who were attacking AquaticArchie. AquaticArchie grabs two of them and holds them up by the scruff of the neck, using them as human shields. As the shrapnel rains down, they take this massive burst of splintered wood as she chucks them aside. Not even being knocked back, as the force merely causes her to stumble back a few steps, holding up these two people instead of taking any damage herself. The group of Fifth Nation by the tent aren't so lucky. One of the barrels that's been shot up into the air, probably containing oil or something, smashes down into the tent, spraying this burning liquid all across the ship that's docked nearby, and the Fifth Nation there. Lilly, you watch and hear the sound of screams as they are engulfed in the flames as this tent, already broken down and knocked apart by Kyoshi's earthbending, by her earthquake. You watch as they're burned to death. And in that moment...
That's rough, buddy.
You have this very, very... I would say this moment of fear as you remember another incident where you watched on.
Don't do this to me. Don't
burn.
trauma sequence.
People burning.
Trauma.
People burning inside a structure.
Yeah.
As a result of your actions. And not even intentional. Yeah. As you watch them burn, you hear the screams. You watch as Lilly kind of like rocks back a little bit, eyes wide. That's what you see.
Yeah, fair.
At the beginning of this round, the beach is in chaos. The members of the Fifth Nation who are still standing, and that's not many of them, are limping away, calling for help, crying out for the Waterbenders. Only one Waterbender seems to have made it. You can see that they are rapidly trying to get to the Fifth Nation closest to Tilla, who have been knocked onto the fire and are burning underneath it. Crake, standing in front of you, Keeko, you watch as he slumps down to one knee, breathing haggardly. Lilly. Bree.
Is there any reaction from our pirate friends up on the bluff?
As you turn and look up the bluff, you can see the pirates and the pirate hunters have stopped mid-combat and are just looking down in horror. Yara, Kiyu, and Koz, you can see as they look at the ship, Yara, her eyes are wide. They seem...
I feel like their opinion of me has lowered.
Well, they don't know it was you yet. It's time to gaslight. Time to gaslight hard.
Time to fucking gaslight.
Yeah. When in doubt, it's time to gaslight. I mean, up on the bluff, combat on the bluff.
Does this count
seems
as a war crime?
Yes.
I'm gonna give you one guess. What do you think?
I don't think so.
It's definitely counted as a war crime. It was an accident. No, it wasn't. It was a very deliberate action. 2 war crimes. That's not too bad.
Lilly has committed 2 war crimes.
Only 2 war crimes.
For someone the age
beginning of the...
Yeah, you've committed more war crimes than that. Given your age, though, actually, that's a concerning amount of war crimes. I'm not going to lie. Technically not a war crime. It definitely is a war crime, Andrew. What the fuck are you talking about? Also, sorry, are you not too busy sinning soup to be here? If you're in chat, like, what's going on, mate? We got him. The beach is in chaos. As you look around, Keeko in front of you, watches Crake drops down to one knee, breathing raggedly. He goes, reaches up and pulls the massive shard of wood from his shoulder, like letting out this. You watch as he looks up towards you and goes, "I think I'll be the one to make decisions about what goes in and out of my fucking body."
I just get some water and just come up to us, like water from my little thing, and just put it on his shoulder and just freeze the hole that he just calls in there. Just as I'm next to him, it's like, what the bloody hell was that? I thought you hated my guts.
That ice isn't gonna hold. Gonna need to find some bandages or something. A cloak. I can't get it off. Tear the sleeve. You owe me.
Oh wait, I don't have a knife anymore. I gave that away.
Gave that away.
I did give that away. Okay, I just yank it. Actually, wait, no. Ice blade. Cut the sleeve off him and start wrapping it around, like just trying to get around it best I can.
As you begin wrapping
seriously.
up. Oh, yeah, so you go.
I was just, as I'm like wrapping up, I'm just like, seriously, mate, that piece was coming straight for me. You stepped in front of it, didn't you?
Don't know what you're talking about.
No,
I heard a loud noise and turned towards my left.
If you won't tell me, I just
Give him a kiss. Oh, better.
This is gonna need like
Keiko's second boyfriend.
20 mummy kisses to make it feel better.
All right, you don't have to tell me now. I think we call this even.
Yeah, even. Not that tight, you gibbering loon. Still need to use my arm after this.
Nah, you won't need to use that. It's going out of commission for a couple weeks anyway, mate. Rather than you'd bleed out.
Hang on, did King get hit by this, or was he in the clear?
Oh no, King got hit, but did I not describe what happened to King? Oh, I'm so sorry. As you look, sorry. To be fair.
I was completely out of nowhere, but I just looked at the board and I'm like, wait, King's still there.
To be fair, there were a lot of things I had to describe for the explosion. My bad. I did forget to say King. Yeah, you're right. I don't remember saying King. King is no longer near Ted and Jedd as the blast catches him.
No longer alive.
As the blast catches him and throws him prone, you watch as he slowly stands for a moment. Ted and Jedd, actually, I'll put him right in front of you guys. Ted and Jedd, as you look, you watch as he stands up, looks towards you, swaying for a moment, and then looks towards you with murder in his eyes. Tilla, as you look from behind, the prow of the ship, the cladding of metal that was around this, a large section of it has stabbed deep into the back of his spine. He is not okay. I did a roll for King. He did not roll well. You watch his.
Good.
He rolled worse than I did.
King rolled 2 1s. I was like, okay, here we go. This is what happens. You watch as King takes a step towards you, Ted holding his hand out. He's like, you gotta fuck it. And blood begins spurting out of his mouth as he coughs up this large amount of red liquid all over his clothing. You watch as he looks down, touches the blood, looks at his hand and goes, that's not good. That's not. And then you watch as he just tumbles back, falling to the ground. Dead, unconscious.
Dead.
You're not sure.
Now it's Jedd, Ted, and dead.
That was so
That's
bad.
it. This is like Weekend at
It's
Bernie's.
amazing.
You guys can like pick him up, have him on your shoulder, and you can like bring him round, get him to do stuff.
Come on, buddy, let's go have fun.
Come on, buddy, let's go party.
That's it. What was I saying before that? Oh yeah. Ted and Jedd. Yeah, Ted and Jedd watch as King just collapses. Tilla, you are currently trapped underneath this section of the decimated Fifth Nation soldiers. The fire right next to you, you can feel it burning. You watch as the Fifth Nation that Kyoshi held up as a human shield, they're dead. She just chucks them aside casually. She throws their bodies down. You watch as she looks around the battlefield, sees Kong is still in position, and you watch as her eyes go blue, the sudden flash of the Avatar state. With Kong stunned and thrown off balance by the sudden explosion, he has no way to get the glass up in time to keep her distracted, and you watch as the full might of the Avatar is unleashed upon him. Water swirls around his legs, picking him up as she rises in the air upon a pillar of wind. Admiral Kong, you have committed crimes against the Earth Nation, the Water Tribe, the Air Nomads, and the Fire Nation. Your punishment, execution. And with that, you watch as Kong's webcam dies, the blackness overtaking him as he had failed to change his battery soon enough. You watch as Admiral Kong rising up into the air in front of her. Kyoshi pulls her hands, closes them, and pulls the glass free from his body. As she spins away, you watch as Kong tries to bend the glass, but is no match against the might of the Avatar. As she spins his glass shards around him, pulling them around into this wicked blade, there's this sudden speed, this sudden motion, and you hear this sickening crunch. You watch as the glass flies out over the ocean, disappearing into the dark waters with a sudden splash. For a moment, Admiral Kong hangs in the air there watching Kyoshi, eyes full of hate, full of anger. And he brings his hands up to his neck. You watch as a line of red forms across it, the blood beginning to drip down. As he takes his hands away and looks at the blood, his eyes go wide. And as he turns his head to look around, you watch as it just detaches and falls off, dropping to the ground as she lets the body fall. Kyoshi begins spinning her hands around faster and faster, pulling fire from the air as she looks down at the one member of the Fifth Nation currently left standing on the beach. Crake. Crake. As Keeko is like bandaging Crake, you watch as you look up Keeko into the eyes of the Avatar. Stone swirls around her feet. Fire sprays from her hands as she holds aloft a pillar of air, water beginning to pull up around her, forming these chunks of ice. Keeko, you hear her voice echoed and magnified, voices speaking through her. Stand aside. This man must answer for his crimes.
Avatar, you're very right. You should definitely answer for his crimes. And I think we should do that in a court setting. Look over at Tilla.
Dude, I'm under bodies right now.
You look over at Tilla.
Get me out,
Tilla is currently on a fire with bodies piled on top of her.
Yeah, I can't build up my own shit.
What's that, Tilla? That's thumbs up. Yes. Okay, Kyoshi. We should let this man answer for crimes in front of a room full of people, perhaps, to decide on his fate.
I am the
He
Avatar.
also saved my life. Yes, I am Keeko, also known as Kikonori sometimes. I think we should keep him alive. And I look down at Craig.
Which is
Stay
Craig.
alive,
Looks
Craig.
up at Kyoshi and goes, "But don't throw your life away. Don't get me between me and the Avatar." Lily.
Can I please plead with an NPC?
Yes, you can.
I mean, you're
Probably
pretty
gonna-
far away. I don't know if you can.
I'm running over there.
As you
'Cause I don't
slowly
want
come
Craig
out
to
of
die.
your like trauma, as you watch these
Yeah.
men and women burn
I like
in the
snap
fire.
out of that, see Kyoshi, see Craig in like quite disrepair, and Keeko like bandaging him up, and all I can think about is like how Craig has done so much for me and tried to protect me. It's a 5. That's a miss.
Can I also, through my actions of doing this, like plead?
Yes,
somewhat?
you can. Lily, what do you say? Keep in mind you rolled a 5, so it's going to be shit. Don't kill him. He's got a nice beard.
He's got this beard.
I'm pretty much just gonna be like yelling out like, wait, no, I didn't mean for him to die. He can live.
You watch as Kyoshi turns towards you, Lily. For your crimes against decency, the punishment is death. No.
Deserved.
Crimes little island convention.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. Yeah. What do we got?
I gotta say.
I would like to ask for fucking help. I am stuck
Wait your
at the
turn.
moment.
Wait your
We're
turn.
being an NPC right now.
Wait your turn.
Well, while this is all happening, what's with me? So am I on top of people that are on?
Yeah,
the
you're in the
fire
middle of.
right
You're
now?
basically like there's like 2 or 3 Fifth Nation underneath you. Then there's you, and then there's 2 or 3 Fifth Nation on top of you. All of you are
Okay.
piled up doggy style on top of a campfire.
You're like a cheese
Well,
toast.
Yeah, you're cheese
Like,
toasty right now. Yeah.
Person on the
Yes,
bottom.
it's happening. Am I
Oh, like an
allowed?
Oreo.
Ted. Yeah, look
Like
at
an
her.
Oreo.
Can I still?
Can I help Tilla?
Yes, you
Yes,
can. That's a good idea. Would you like to help
I
Tilla?
was gonna try and get myself out of this situation
As
because
you
apparently
would-
none of you fucks are gonna help me.
Tilla, with trapped, you would actually have to spend a couple of fatigue to get yourself out, which I'm not sure you've got spare. As Ted rushes over.
Oh, I meant more of just like shifting sand on top of the fire.
No, but like the trapped condition, you have to spend fatigue to
Get out
untrap
of.
yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, so I can't do stuff while I'm trapped.
You can do stuff around it, but like to get
It
yourself.
says you're completely helpless
It's gonna cost
as
you.
part of the condition.
Yeah.
You must mark a combination of 3 fatigue
there's
or
still
conditions
things
to
you can
escape.
do. Like you can. So for example, you could like call out like to guide and comfort. You could call out something to help people. I'd also argue that you could call out to do like literally call someone out. You could do assess a situation while you're underneath there. Intimidate might be a bit tricky. Plead would still work while you're currently. I'd say that still falls under those things. Anything that's kind of
I got a
verbal.
-2 to plead at the moment.
Yeah.
I feel like
maybe
this
not.
situation would be really interesting. What do I see right now? The back of someone else's head.
Yeah, I mean, you can see
What
the
a-
fire starting to curl up their clothing, and you can feel the heat crackling. I mean, it would be a nice sort of gentle ASMR crackle if it wasn't for the fact that you know you're about to be engulfed by this flame.
Yeah, and I'm also pretty sure the people underneath me aren't quiet either.
They're not talking right now.
They're dead.
They're not talking right now.
Oh, fuck.
Kiko, that's a
Describe the
7.
smell.
I'd rather not.
So you know when you have like a candle burning, right?
I will honestly mute
Mhm.
myself. Please don't.
Okay. All right. Keeko, as you call out, what do you say to try and convince Kyoshi to stand down? You just said like he saved my life. That's a good start. Is there anything else you say to try and save Craig's life?
Look, I know you want to kill this man. He's a Fifth Nation. He's a pirate. Skullduggery bastard. He's done more than his fair share of bad things. So have I. And I've gotten out of it. You can become better. Death isn't always the answer. The problems won't go away if you kill all your problems. Sometimes we just solve them, Kyoshi. And this is a problem we can maybe solve. Look down at Craig.
They do go away though.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not a
Dead.
great argument.
I
So far,
know.
most of Kyoshi's problems have been solved by murder. Not gonna lie.
Fifth Nation's still here. Couldn't kill them all.
She looks around at
That's
what's
a way
left of them and goes, "Well, I think I can." I
If
think
that's
Lilly.
her way of solving everything, then she is no better than the people that she is stopping.
Every
question.
person
Use
that
that.
tries to kill resistance, the seed just grows stronger. Somewhere else it sprouts. Can't kill everything.
You
Solve
watch
the problem.
as Kyoshi looks down at you, Keeko. I give you one more chance. Stand aside, Keeko. Stand aside and let this man face his punishment. What do you do?
Why you gotta make this hard?
What are you gonna do? You gonna stand aside? Stay there.
Fighter.
Hold your hands up. Block.
Craig, how much you want to live, mate?
Fucking hell.
Mom,
How much
Mom,
more have we got you? Give it to us straight, Captain.
I'm alright.
How do you want me to answer that question? Honestly? Of course I want to fucking live.
Honestly, it's gonna make a lot of difference to me, brother. How much you want to live?
I don't want to die, but I don't want you to be caught up in the consequences. It's over. The Fifth Nation's broken. We're done. You back the fuck off.
Damn straight. Damn straight. And I'll sit down with him, like, I don't want to be the only one of my kind left over. I need someone to have a chat to every now and then.
You watch as Kyoshi tilts her head. So be it. You watch she pulls her hand back, fire burning across as she pauses. then lowers her hand, the glow fading from her eyes. As the wind begins to die down, you watch as she drops down onto the sand, strides up towards you, grabs you by the scruff of your neck, Keeko, pulls you up, pulls you close to her. She's like 6'3". She just grabs you, pulls you close. What the fuck are you doing, Keeko? He's not worth this.
Yeah. You're probably right, to be honest. Maybe he's not worth it. But he did stop me from being impaled. And I've seen a lot of people gone the wrong way. And if he was going to keep going that way, he would let me die. And that showed me a sign that there's something in this man that's worth saving, like he saved me. So
I want to...
if he spends the rest of his life in a jail cell rotting, so be it.
I want to jump in on that as well and point out the fact that he kept me safe the entire time and promised to protect me.
Let them have their moment.
I'm stuck. I want to be part of this moment.
Ted, you rush on over, you pull the bodies off.
No. I don't.
Jedd rushes over. Jedd rushes over, pulls the bodies off Tilla. Tilla, you're no longer trapped. You're free.
Thank you.
You're welcome. As Kyoshi slowly lowers you to the ground, Keeko looking over towards you, Lilly, you watch as she shakes her head. This is getting more complicated. If I let him live, and he commits another crime, people are hurt. It's as if I hurt those people.
You can blame Keeko for it.
Yeah, I'll take the punishment for that.
Both of us
Keeko in
will.
charge of his retribution and rehabilitation.
I can bring him. We can hold him back at base. We can take him back, and
Or he can be our new pet.
Don't say pet. Why would you say pet?
What's the name of that girl back in the
Peninsula.
base, like the Koi Peninsula?
Rangi.
With her
The
Rangi.
partner
Rangi?
of,
Yes.
partner of, yeah, Kyoshi. You can call her Kyoshi's girlfriend if you like. That's where she is.
Yeah.
Kyoshi's partner.
Yeah, she's a girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly right. I was trying to remember, but like, Rangi still needs more people to build up stuff. The flying circus is there to keep an eye on him. There's more than enough people for him to do work for a long time.
I just go, yeah, look how strong he is, and then punch his arm.
Which one?
Oh, shit.
You know which one.
Ah! Shark squids! Ah, you're a tiny little psychopath, you are. The fuck did you do to our boat?
Been planning that for a long time. Sorry, mate.
You think you can make me stick around in your fancy little base, make me work, pay off my debt to society? You gotta be kidding. Kill me.
Do you want to live?
Kill me and get it over with. Come on. You watch as Kyoshi looks down and goes, No, I like this idea. You will come back to Yokoya with the rest of us. You will pay your debt to society. Keeko has vouched for you, and I want you to remember that. If you do anything to hurt innocents ever again, I will come after you, and I will come after Keeko. You watch as Crake's eyes go wide for a moment. Why would I care about some fucking wet-eared little sap, little pirateling who thinks he's spare? Why would I give two shits about him? You watch Kyoshi leans down and gently pokes the shoulder as he goes, "Ah." I think you do. I think you do care. And you know that I will keep to my word on this. You watch as Crake looks away for a moment. Fine. Whatever. Can you help me up, please? As he looks towards you, Keeko. He's still on the ground at this point. Looking up at Kyoshi. He's like, again, 6'3". My neck hurts.
As I gotta give my hand, like I've got just a graze my arm, bit of blood just coming down, blood in my hand. His hand, no doubt, has blood on it. Slap her hand together, lift him up, it's like, blood pact, mate. If you kill anyone or do anything, I'm gonna kill you first before she reaches you.
I love that.
Yeah, it's probably best. I don't think I want to watch you get torn apart by the Avatar. Fuck.
That'd be pretty funny.
Korn. As he looks over at the headless corpse that was once Korn. As he sees the body lying there, the head still like gently coming to a stop near the pier, looking up at the sun. You watch as he shakes his head. We deserve better. We deserve better than him. I'm not saying what you did was right. He did a lot wrong. And you took him out how he deserved to go. I've seen enough people cut to pieces by his glass. So what now? Fifth Nation's destroyed. Yellownecks. But how many of them are left? Keeko just does 0.
We have
Zero.
no way of knowing. They're up in the mountains.
Where's Donut? I've seen him.
You watch as Crake looks towards the burning tent that has collapsed around the Fifth Nation.
You're kidding.
Oh,
I was in there last I saw. Owen took him in. Keeko, I described this 3 sessions ago. He was marched off the boat and into the tent.
you did.
Oh no, the consequences of our actions.
I'm just running at that point there. I'm running over between this ocean. Like if I could move my little, I'm like running here over between the ocean.
Don't worry too much
and
about the
thing.
map. As you sprint over across the beach, moving as
Wait, is it not
fast as
this?
you.
Which tent is it?
The one to the far right, over the far
Okay.
eastern side.
What's
The
this
large command tent. They're just tents for people to sleep in.
Random tents.
Okay.
That's the crappy fifth. That's the crappy Yellowneck one. This is the Fifth Nation one.
Yeah. There's the Fifth
Got
Nation
that,
command tent
got
and then a few other Fifth Nation tents all around. Keeko, as you rush towards the tent, you begin pulling, I'm guessing, like waves from the ocean to dash, try and put out the fires. Could I get you to roll with skills and training, please?
Certainly.
Yeah, who would have thought the consequences of your actions? Yikes. Who would have thought they'd
To
come
be
back?
fair, Kyoshi's the one who put the earthquake over there.
That is true, but you're the one who set the tent on fire. An earthquake inside a tent is very survivable. A tent is 90% fabric. It's not that
To be fair, I
dangerous.
set a lot of stuff on fire this session, so I feel like I chose to just set that on fire.
Keeko, 8 successful consequences. As you begin pulling these large swathes of water, you watch as the 3 pirate hunters, Kiyu, Yara, and Koz, make their way down the other side of the bluff and rush towards you. As they rush up, Yara and Kiyu moving over towards Kyoshi. Koz comes up towards you. Keeko sees you putting out the fire. And for a moment, you watch as he pauses and then sees the frantic nature of your waterbending. Keeko, how in control are you at the moment? Is this sort of panicked, desperately trying to get into the tent, try and put out the flames, or are you much more controlled? Are you panicked? Okay.
I'm pretty close towards support right now.
Yeah.
So I am very much like, shit, gotta help someone. Run,
Yeah.
run. Don't think about anything else. I'm in that mode right now.
Ko sees this, his eyes go wide, and he watches without saying a word. He nods, rushes over, and begins providing a stream of water towards you for you to then direct onto the tent. No longer are you having to pull water direct from the ocean. You watch as Ko stands right between you and the ocean and begins creating this constant stream of water through the air towards you to help you direct it onto the tent.
Thanks, Co, mate. So good to see you again. Thank you.
Good to see you too, Keeko. What is this? Are we putting out this fire because there's something wrong? Ted, what's up?
I'm sorry. Where's getting all the fact that Brandon just went.
I was wondering whether you would bring it
Thought
up.
about that for a second.
No
I thought
problems.
about that.
No comments,
that's
Your Honor.
fine?
Yeah, it's fine.
That's fine.
Oh, it's the
Yeah, I'll
difference.
use a maneuvering. That's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. To be fair, okay. Do you know what? You're right, Archie. That's not equitable if I don't call Brandon out. Brandon, for the podcast listeners, what does mean?
It's the sound of when you pull water from one point of the earth over to another spot.
Okay.
So it's like, is pull the water, and then is like throwing the water. So
What's
it's
the
like,
last? No, what's the
As
last
you
one?
throw it.
You went. What's the third one? You've done two.
That's
there.
like that's the sprinkly bits, like as it sort
Okay.
of splashes.
Is that the
It's
hiss
like,
of the fire being extinguished by the water?
Perhaps, yeah, definitely a part of it. Yeah, yeah.
Was that pedantic enough, Archie? Was that enough of a dick to him?
Yeah,
about it?
I like that. Thank you very much. I mean, mine went on a lot longer, but that's fine.
Oh, we can. The thing is, right? He explained immediately what it meant. He was given the option rather than just doubling down and going,
I can just bullshit in the spot. I can just go all day.
Yes, Archie is the winner of Who Derailed Us, that is fair to say. who voted? Who voted for Archie?
On Bree.
Keeko and Co, as the two of you begin working at putting out the fire. Ted, Lilly, and Tilla, what are the three of you doing?
Oh yeah, I'll tell him as well when he's asking what are we doing. I'll just say Sonak and just keep it at that.
You watch as Co nods and begins waterbending with more ferocity. Actually, he would call out, Yara, Kyu, we need your help, quickly. All waterbenders here now. Come. No, sorry, he goes, come. As he looks over at them. You watch as the three, as Yara and Kyu, who are about to start talking to the rest of you, watch as Yara opens her mouth to say something to you, Lilly. Hears Co call out, closes it, turns and runs back over towards the two of them as they begin helping all four waterbenders piling water onto this fire to put it out. Ted, Lilly, Tilla, what are three of you doing?
Basking in the glow of destruction.
Yeah, okay.
So Tilla's okay. Now.
Lilly, as you look around...
Oh yeah, because your brother helped me out.
As you look around at the destruction on the beach, I mean, you can see bodies floating in the water from the sudden blast of airbending. You can see the two airbenders that Ted brought with him, having taken back to the sky again as soon as they helped with the blast of air. You can see them... It looks like one of their kites might have taken a bit of damage from the shrapnel. And you can see that the brother is currently lying down, half propped up against one of the tents as his sister begins to fuss over him. Looks like maybe they've taken a bit of a hit too.
Oh, sucks to be them.
I'll run to them.
That's probably a good idea, Ted. Ted, as you rush over, Lilly, Tilla?
Can I assess the situation?
I think that's
Yeah,
fair.
everyone's fucked.
Oh, that's
A bomb just went off.
Yeah, I'm going to make my way over to Keeko and the others.
I'll use my
Four.
casing the joint.
What's the most valuable thing here?
No.
You know, organs
Who
can sell for
or-
quite a bit of money on the black market. You could harvest those.
Jesus Christ.
Who or what is most vulnerable to me?
Most vulnerable.
Craig?
I mean, Craig is pretty hurt.
I mean, King's dead and or dying.
King's dead. Lilly, as you look over,
Yeah.
you can see the back of his... You can see vertebrae through the back of his spine. Like, he's not okay. That massive shard of metal, that shrapnel from the explosion, yeah, he's not okay. Vulnerable. Keiko's looking pretty emotionally vulnerable right now. As you look over towards Keeko, you can see there's this frantic, almost terrified energy to him that you've not really seen from Keeko before. It is very unusual to see Keeko this upset, this out of balance. In terms of other, I mean, physically vulnerable, Craig. You can see that the bandage is already starting to soak through with blood on his shoulder. He is not looking very good. Tilla's taken a few hits. Tilla's looking pretty hurt. Jedd's taken a few hits. Jedd's looking pretty hurt. Does that answer your question?
Can I? So, okay, the bandages are already kind of like bleeding through quite a bit.
Yeah.
Could I
As the
use
ice
some
melts.
of my waxed leather to help kind of secure his bandages a bit better and
Silly Craig.
You know what I mean?
Blood stays inside the body. You begin wrapping the wax leather around.
like, you know what I mean though? Like to try to like reinforce the
Time
bandaging.
to cauterize the wound as you smear blasting jelly on it.
Just like, yeah,
Actually-
Rambo.
Hmm.
Yeah, like Rambo did that. He put a bullet casing, like gunpowder in his
Actually, you
wound
could-
and lit it on fire.
Could you?
Rambo
Probably
could
a
do
little
it.
bit of
Craig could do
blasting
it.
jelly. It couldn't be a lot, but a little bit of blasting jelly and a bit of flame. You could cauterize it.
That's
That's the-
disturbing.
Can we
Like you-
have
you put
enough
on your lips
for
constantly.
fire
Like-
for a period,
I'm
please?
just speaking as Lily's subconscious, and Lily's subconscious looks for any opportunity to use blasting powder, black powder, smoke bombs, grenades, shrapnel, death, destruction, wherever she can. I just got to be,
Well,
I've got to be
I-
her subconscious, just like I'm your subconscious, Tilla, when I talk to you. And I go,
I was
this person's
trying to
broken the law.
I was trying to think of like if I could help like stitch it up in any way, but the only twine I have is flammable.
Of
Checks
course
out.
it is.
I don't know if that would help.
I mean, I guess it's a self-sealing stitch once you've got it all in, and like
Yeah.
taking a couple of days to heal, you just light it. Which is well, it's magnesium too, so that would not be good. Actually, that would be really bad.
No, that would be really bad. I don't know. I don't think I have anything I can really do.
Do you want to do a guide and
unless...
comfort? Just head on over to Craig and be like,
Yeah.
sorry to see you get fucked up, mate. My bad.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I will do that because it means that they can clear a condition or 2 fatigue if they embrace it.
Good question. As you head on over to
Oof.
Craig,
Don't
What
even worry, I
what
rolled
did
a
you roll?
4.
Oh no. It does make sense.
I literally
Craig-
just stand there and go, "That's rough, buddy."
Yeah. To be fair as well, Craig, as you move a bit closer to Craig, you watch as Craig shuffles away a little bit as he looks down at you and goes, "You keep your distance, lass. I've seen what you do."
Now you know why King didn't trust me, huh?
For good fucking reason. I don't agree with a lot that fucker did. But that was one bit of wisdom he showed. You're
What
scary.
did I do?
He looks
I
over at the
stopped
ship
the
and then
fight.
looks at you, looks at the ship, looks at you, then looks at the bodies floating in the water from the Yellownecks who were blasted over. Lilly, the 3 Yellownecks who were blasted over next to the ship,
They're in pieces.
the harbour is filled with what's left of them. You can see a number of fish rising up and picking at parts of the body, pulling them down into the depths. You watch as a few tentacles from a crab squid slowly emerge, grab onto parts as the claws snip them in half and bring them towards this squid-like mouth. It's not good, Lilly, as you look at what's happened here. What's more,
I'm feeding the environment.
3 of the other ships in the harbour are burning.
Oh. How are we leaving the island, out of curiosity?
Well, that's a good question. You know that the pirates found your canoes around the other side of the island, so you don't know where they took them after that. You better hope they didn't take them onto one of the boats to secure them, otherwise you're stuck here. Well, you got waterbenders, you could waterbend away. But yes, I mean, as you look around, really, this is dire. And as you're sort of looking around, focusing, you notice up on the bluff where Q, Yara, and Koz were, a figure standing there.
Fuck's sake.
A woman. Young appearance. You watch as she looks down and then walks away from the edge, disappearing behind the bluff. Looks a bit like Tomiko from this distance.
Yeah.
Who else
Yeah,
was it
the
gonna
person
be?
who told me not to draw attention to myself, and yeah. To be fair, they didn't fly any flags to tell me that I was in danger or to come help me or anything, so...
Maybe it's because to be part of their group, you've got to be able to take care of yourself.
Yeah, but they said that they were going to assist me on this mission, and they didn't. So
How do you know?
they get what they get.
How do you know? How do you know they didn't assist you? You don't know
Might
that.
not have been looking for the signs.
Would I have recognized it as Tomiko?
Oh yeah, you recognize her as Tomiko up on the bluff for sure.
I'm going to run after her and try to find her.
Yeah, as you sprint off towards the crevasse that leads into that little pirate camp. Tilla, what are you doing? Regretting? Just regretting.
No, because I
This
made
shit doesn't
my way
happen in the
over to
Seawong Oasis.
Yeah, normally shit gets handled better than this. But no, I'm putting that to the side at the moment, and I'm going to help Keeko and the pirate hunters by... Oh, I want to do this, but I also know for the fact that I'm not going to roll well, and it's not going to go well, and I'm going to fucking hate this.
Yeah, nice.
Shut up, Owen.
As you head on over to help Keeko with the fire putting out, you just dump sand on it. Sand gets rid of fires.
No!
Easy done. No, what do you
I
do?
want to use the sand to, like, lift stuff up and away.
Perfect. Yeah. So as you make do you want to even make like a sand fist, or are you trying to sort of bend the sand to pull things away, using the sand to rise up, grab onto the burning
more
pieces?
like going up underneath something and then like going up and then like moving it away.
Making like a river of sand to pull away the shards of the tent. Yeah, as you begin to work pulling away those shards of the tent. Before too long, we'll stay with Keeko for the moment. Keeko and Tilla. with all of the pirate hunters plus the two of you working together, the fire is put out in moments. It does not take very long. Tilla, as you clear away the shrapnel and some of the bodies, Keeko, you see the tent before you is a wreck. Clearly there's many of these uneven shapes underneath the roof of the fabric, the roof that's collapsed down. It's hard to know what is furniture and what is something more. Could you roll and assess the situation for me?
Certainly can. Fingers crossed.
I did say Kyoshi was going to be a bit darker.
That you did. That's an 8.
8 looking great. Keeko, as you begin to pick through the tent, it doesn't take you too long to find a large, almost like a table that's partially broken down and collapsed. And as you pull away the fabric, you can see the charred figure of a person underneath it. That's the sound they make, this loud screech. As you look down there, the charred figure of a person. It's hard to make out any details at all. Just blackened skin, charred clothing. But as you look a bit closer, you realize this can't be Sonak. They're too tall. There's the remnants of a beard around their mouth, and more importantly, their hands and feet aren't shackled like you saw with Sonak. And as you glance around the tent, you see tracks, drag marks almost, from the back of the tent leading into the scrub across the sand, as if someone was crawling.
Cheeky bugger. Like my spirit slipped up immediately. I'm like, okay, it's not a body. That's not his body.
It is a body. It's definitely a body.
I don't get that.
It is definitely a body.
As I'm sort of like moved up the fabric to look at it, I'm like, oh, thank God, I drop it immediately on the body. Oh, thank God. Like, guys, I think we're in luck. And I point towards the tracks towards Ko and the Tilla. It's like, we're going this way. I'm going this way. You can join me if you want. You can't have gone far.
I'll go where you go. Keeko, I'm not leaving your side now.
I give Ko like the predator handshake. Thank you, Ko.
He gives you the predator handshake and then pulls you into a hug.
Stop, it's so cute.
A hug back. Thank you, Ko.
Kiss.
When I saw the explosion, you were so close to it. I was worried for a second. Just don't do that again. Yeah?
I hug him tighter. I'm like, I won't, Ko. I won't, brother.
We need to talk about...
Let's go fight Zonak.
We need to talk about how that happened. That was... Did the pirates set that off? What was their plan?
No, it wasn't a pirate, but I can see a lot of potential in them. Would be a really good pirate.
You know who did
But
this?
no, that's... Yeah. I'd start describing Lilly. It was like about yay tall, about 12 years old, maybe look 9, depending. Hair like this. They love bombs. Ring any bells?
I can't believe Poppy did this.
Yes.
Wait, actually, what does he know you as? I don't think you've given your real name to the pirate hunters, have you? Have you? I think no, you did. I think you did.
I think I did. I did around the same time that I gave it to the group.
That's right.
Well, I imagine Lilly wasn't aware of how dangerous that would be, setting off the blasting jelly.
Yeah, maybe she wasn't.
I like how I throw a little rope ladder down,
deniability.
and he watches Brandon just pulls out some scissors and cuts and goes, "Nah, man, she fucking knew what she was doing."
Good.
Might not have been. We'll have to ask her that later.
May I be honest for a moment, frank about your friend?
Please do.
She scares me, Keeko. I think she's dangerous, and I think you need to be careful around her. I think collateral damage is not a word she's yet learned.
Yeah, no, as like a combatant on side next to me, awesome. Anything that can damage more than one person, Very dangerous. I agree.
Have you checked that she?
helped me get onto the ship to do this.
Shh, you're not here.
I believe we affectionately call this doing a TED. Keeko's doing a TED talk right now. Leave him be.
Hard.
He's a TED talk.
Okay, I'll throw a bone. Well,
No, you don't have to, man. Don't be pressured.
Don't throw
I-
a bone. Don't do
I
it.
did tell her to go onto the boat. We were in dire straits, and I did say go on the boat. There's some blast jelly on there, but we didn't think it was going to be this big. This was
Okay,
more than we
I get
thought.
that you two are having a real sweet moment right now, and it's really
Mhm.
cute. But we do have a friend of yours that we don't know what kind of situation.
I've
he
assumed
is
you guys
in.
are still walking. You're not just standing there during this.
Oh well, no, they were hugging. I don't know if they stopped
They
hugging.
didn't
at
hug
this
the whole
point.
time. That'd be a weird conversation to have while hugging, being like, "Your friend scares me. I think you need to talk about it."
Whispering in his ear.
They had a hug, but there was no
Scares
indication
me.
that we started walking again. I took it more of just like they took a hug and then they separated and they're just chatting.
I get the hint.
I did like a whoosh noise. I did a to indicate movement.
Archie, what's up, buddy?
Totally did.
How are the airbenders?
Oh yeah, we'll get to them in a minute. As Keeko and Tilla make their way, Keeko, Tilla, and Coz make their way over the bluff, heading toward over the sand dunes, heading in the direction of those scrape marks and the drag marks. Ted, as you rush over to the two airbenders, you can see Numel and Lishi being the girl, Numel the boy. You can see that Lishi is currently trying to bind a wound on Numel's side. Just down under his lower ribs near his stomach, you can see sections where his monk robes have been torn and broken open, sections of wood and splinters jabbed through his side, and his kite is broken on the ground next to him. You can see where the fabric is torn and has been ripped apart. It looks like he was underneath part of the blast as it went off. Just come over and just sigh.
I want to get angry.
I like if he comes over and goes like, "Oh, I can't believe Jedd did this."
No, I'm gonna blame. I'm about to blame someone else.
Oh,
This
Yeah,
is
that
why we
Avatar,
needed
man.
more. This is why we needed more than 2 airbenders to come down. We needed everyone down here. I asked for everyone.
you
If
watch.
we had everyone, you guys would have all been fine.
You watch as Lishi and Numel look towards you. Numel like giving you this weird quizzical look as Lishi like stands up angrily and turns towards you.
Did the blast scramble your senses? If there had been more of us, there would be more injuries. We should never have come down here.
Everyone could have saved. They could have helped us save everyone.
How
Everyone could have been saved. Everyone could have been saved.
Did you know that the ship was going to explode?
No.
Well, then how could we have saved anyone or stopped this from happening? We arrived, and then a moment later, seconds later, the ship detonates.
But we could have done something. If everyone was here, we all could have done something.
Only if we knew the ship was going to explode. How could we have known? There was nothing we could have done.
Someone might have known.
Do you think bringing more airbenders here was the answer? We are lucky that we escaped. My brother was knocked out of the air. This is not what.
Yeah, but if we had more, I'm just saying, if we had more here, we could have done a barrier. We could have saved everyone.
Are you trying to trick an NPC right now?
Nah, I believe this.
Okay. In that case, then, are you trying to plead with an NPC to align to your worldview?
Sure.
I'd love a plead.
That's
do
a
love
miss. Don't worry about it.
I do love his logic on this. What is that? That's a 5. That is
That's
a
a
miss.
5.
She's going to point out the logical fallacy that I've just pointed out, which is if you didn't know there was an explosion, the airbenders just would have been absolutely fucked by this, which is what happened with everyone on the beach. You watch as she turns towards you.
Someone on this beach knew this was going to happen. Someone got clear of the blast.
She looks over at Lilly.
I'm not an idiot. We watched from the air. We watched as she rushed over and then called for you to get out of the way. Your brother.
Your Honor.
Yeah.
She never called for me.
But you knew to get out of the way. You knew to rush over there. You dragged the Avatar clear of the blast as well. You knew something was going to happen.
Or was it just luck? Did you just happen to run in the exact direction you needed to, pulling your friend, the Avatar, free?
I was just pulling Kyoshi out of the glass so she could go into Avatar state.
You look me in the eyes, Ted, and you tell me you did not know.
Do I roll for that?
You did know.
I think that's a trick.
That's a trick.
You knew.
You knew.
Yeah.
Because you also pulled me out of the blast radius.
No, you're just in the way.
Keep
That's
That
still
is
true.
lying to
That's a
yourself.
9. That's a 9.
That's a 9. You watch as she looks at you and goes, maybe you did not know, but Jedd, there was a signal. The girl,
You're
she
right.
signaled Jedd.
knew.
I was wondering if you'd throw him under the bus on this, and the answer is yes.
Jesus Christ, man.
Jedd, he knew it was going to explode. He was the one who signaled you. He called out to you to run over. He knew.
Is
Well,
he close
shit.
to us?
You watch as she turned Jedd. No, Jedd's not with you. Jedd's over talking to Kyoshi right now.
I'm gonna give him a quick little kick.
You're gonna give him a kick. What, you just run over and kick him and then run back?
I mean, if he was still on the ground, I would just give him a quick kick.
It'd be like, play dead. This doesn't end well for you, mate. Just play dead. He watches, yes, as it looks like she's almost too angry to speak, as she just like turns away in fury. Watches her brother on the ground. Numa looks up at you. We agreed to come and save your brother. You spoke so highly of him that he was in need of our assistance. Yet we have now been complicit in the deaths of 3-4 people. Those people that we helped you blast into the side of the ship. We thought we were doing the right thing by helping you, but you have made us break our oaths, both of us. We never should have come here. We never should have listened to you. You used us. You used the love I have for my sister. Seon will hear of this.
Feels like gaslighting.
You watch as Lishi bends down, helps Numal stand, as he looks down at his wrecked kite.
I give him my kite.
As you reach over and hand the kite, he pauses for a second, as if he doesn't want to take it. And then he nods. This does not make us even. But thank you.
I just nod. I don't say anything.
You watch as he takes the kite, spins it out. Lishi does the same, and the two of them take off, heading back towards the Southern Air Temple. As soon as they take off, you watch as Jedd wanders over and goes, I was gonna say hello and thank them for coming to save us.
I wouldn't bother.
No?
No, they're a bit angry.
Why?
Well, they just murdered people. Or complicit in murdering people.
Yeah, that's fair. Where the fuck did you go? Obviously the Southern Air Temple.
Went to get recruitments, recruit people.
And you got 2.
Well, I went up for more. No one else wanted to come and help you.
You watch as Jedd sort of goes like, oh. Thanks for trying, I guess.
I did all I could. Hey, are you okay?
I'm pretty hurt, not gonna lie. My lung makes this noise when I breathe in. It's probably not right. Sorry, I came out of the blue. I really got random with that one. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Fucking inhale.
It's funny. I actively went to try and do it properly, and I really pinched my rib quite hard. It's actually sore.
That is payback.
Got like a mark.
I don't do things half-assed. I really went for it. I was like, yeah, let's go. Let's make this noise accurately. I did try to like compress one of my lungs a little bit so I could make an accurate noise. I don't know why that was necessary. It's very easy to make that noise with your with your throat or mouth. I don't know why I did that so accurately.
This is what a good DM does. Just know this.
When you're doing a lung puncture, you get some scissors and you fucking... Yeah, my lung's making a noise it doesn't normally make. Yeah, I don't feel the best.
If your DM's not bleeding by the end of the session, didn't try hard enough.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. What about you? Are you okay?
Yeah. I got no kite now.
Did you break it?
I don't think
He looks down at the broken kite.
Yeah. And I don't think we can go back and get another one anytime soon.
Yeah, you helped me kill people. You're definitely banished now too, Ted, just as an FYI.
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna pin this all on me again?
No, I would never. Do I roll trick for that?
Yeah, go on. Go on. Why not? Come on, please be a 2. Please be. Is that
It's
a 2?
You guessed it, Owen. You guessed it.
I manifested that from the. I was like, I just want 2 1s. I just want 2 1s. Oh, it wasn't 2 1s. It was a 1 and a 2. You got a -1. Okay. So I didn't quite manifest it. I was hoping he'd roll 2 1s for that, which felt like the only appropriate roll. Jedd just side eyes you, nods and goes, "You mean you wouldn't do it again?" Is what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've only done it a few times before, so like, of course, yeah, you wouldn't do it again. Just Jedd turns around and marches off, walking away from you. Pretty.
Has he still got his kite?
He does, yeah.
I'm gonna have to steal that.
Kyoshi has hers. Do you want to try and take Kyoshi's?
No, I like
Kites
Kyoshi.
look like. I need to look up what these kites.
Type in
Are you
Airbender
gonna
I've
stuff.
been trying to
Type in
look
Airbender
at, like,
stuff.
picture it, and I cannot.
Imagine a staff that's as tall as a person, so like 2 meters, 1.8 meters, and then it opens up into these large primary wings at the front, dyed orange or yellow, and then these smaller wings at the back, like a tail wing.
Okay, I see it. Okay, this was not what I was imagining at all.
You thought it was a
Glad
kite,
that
like on a
there is
string, and
images
they were
of
like,
it.
they were doing a Mary Poppins as they let out this string, and they went woo. As they took
No,
off
I was
from the
thinking
beach.
more of like,
That's how the Ember Island players are going to do it for sure now.
like, you know, I don't know, like, but you can get like some kites that are like a big kind of like triangle.
Yeah.
With like a circle at the it's like a triangle with like a semicircle stuck to the back of it, like that kind of like
a box kite, right? Where it's like 3-dimensional. Yeah, like a box kite. I'm with you.
That's what I was picturing around my head.
And they got in it like a hamster ball and like rolled off into the wind.
Look, I didn't know what it looked like. I can't leave it.
Airbender, away! They take off in the middle of their kites. I think that'd be very funny. That'd be very, very funny. I might do that as a bit of art if I get a bit of spare time. That'd be quite funny to show like Ted being tumbled around inside his box kite.
That'd be really funny.
Keeko and Tilla, as you and Co begin to follow the tracks, takes you to a small scrubby bush near the edge of the campsite. Up on sort of this rocky bluff area, just overlooking the edge of this small cove. As soon as you get close, you hear rustling from inside the bush, and a voice calls out, "Stay back! I'm armed!" And you hear a crash as a branch is broken. I gotta justify the random sounds you fuckers make. I think I've done okay so far. The bird noise is harder to compensate for, I'm not gonna lie. Especially when describing an immobile corpse. As the gases escape, the hissing gases from the cooked, charred body.
Look, I can't control him. He screams when he wants to.
That's fair. Yeah,
For those of you that don't know, I own a bird. If you couldn't figure it out.
I think more honestly, the bird owns you. Keeko, as you gaze into the scrubby bush, what do you call out? I'm armed.
Well, I'm sure glad you are. That was a big blast. Have you got both of them?
Keeko? And you watch
as
Sonak?
the scrub pulls aside and a young man worms his way out of the bush, his arms and legs still shackled as he like crawls himself out of the bush, rolls over and looks up at you and goes, "Oh, thank the spirits. I've never been happier to see your face, old friend."
Me too, man. It's like go down there and like sort of like help prop him up a little bit. Like, how you feeling, buddy? You're looking a bit worse for wear.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck indeed, hey? Well, you don't have to worry about calling anymore. And Crake's a little bit cool now, I guess. And
Right.
you're no longer captured by the Fifth Nation. Good things
How
all
about we
around,
get you
eh?
out of those chains first.
He holds up
you're
his shackled
historically better
hands.
with this, Tilla.
What, are they like metal?
Yes, yeah, he's got metal shackles on.
How am I going to take these things off?
That's a good question.
Can I? Can I? This is gonna sound really weird. Can I just have like some sand on it and then just shift the sand like back and forth really fast?
A jiggle locket?
No, I'm gonna freaking sandpaper it down.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
grind this thing down.
Okay. That might take. So you can try and like try and sandblast it, but I mean this might take a little bit of time till. Okay.
Does anyone else have a better?
I'm gonna be really nice till. I'm gonna be really nice till.
Cups are just like the single
Yeah,
flat
to lock
you
it.
need to flick over from the inside. So if you can just get like the
okay,
sand to
then sure.
place
Yeah.
one
Sandblast inside. Yeah, you could wear down the
Yeah,
locking pins, and that way it'll unlock.
Yeah,
Very
get the
good call,
sand
Keeko.
like inside like that.
The
Jiggle
podcast
pick it.
listeners, Archie's doing this weird thing with his finger that I don't like.
Explain. Explain it, Owen.
He's doing a weird thing with his finger where he's like poking his own character art in the head, and like it's quite entertaining
That's right.
from this
There's a
perspective.
character out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, in
but
that moment, it
well,
looked like you were looking down in judgment at your own character art. Then it was quite funny. Quite funny. Archie, you were just like, fucking. So you look
He
down.
knows what he's done.
He knows what he's done. Yeah, he does. That's true.
Yeah, okay, if that's the case, then I'll just pour sand into the locking mechanism and then essentially just
Try and vibrate
go
the sand to have
pick
it.
it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try and pick it with the sand because I can just move the pins.
Yeah, for sure. Could I get you
Does
to
it work like a
please-
normal modern day lock?
Not as good. It's not as good as a modern day lock. It's more primitive. So it's like
Okay.
maybe 3 pins, and they're not going to be these like proper tumblers that are locked over each other. They're going to be little gears. It's not going to be a complex lock to pick. Could I get you to please rely on your skills and training? There is no way you were not taught how to lock pick with sand as part of your training, given that you are a
Okay,
member
but
of law
I also do
enforcement.
have a -2 to it.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it really fucking is.
You didn't really pick up on it, eh?
Yeah, it was not your benefit. You're more of an instinctual kind of person. You don't rely on the skills and knowledge. Well, I can
Oh wait,
sense.
did that
I can,
count?
Ooh.
Hang on,
Hasn't
I need you to look at this. I think it counted
7.
the minus.
oh, you're no longer troubled, so we can take the minus off. The -1.
Okay, so then it'd be an 8.
Yeah, that's a success.
Yeah?
Partial success.
Yeah.
I thought you were a -2 to focus.
No, I have a +1 to focus.
Why'd you say you had a -2?
Because I was troubled. I didn't realize I wasn't troubled anymore.
You're not troubled anymore.
Yeah, so troubled would turn it from a +1 to a -1.
-1. Yeah, no, you don't need to worry. So that's like also anyone who's got the. Oh, sorry, you would still be troubled. Conditions are gone. Sorry, so you would still be troubled. So that is a -1. It's still 7. Still success with
Do you mean
consequences.
statuses?
Yes. Sorry. So let me use the correct language. You have conditions. They are not gone immediately.
Yes.
Statuses are gone.
Yes, okay. That's okay. I was making sure I got that right.
We did it. As you begin to vibrate the
Yes,
sand
it's a
inside the
7.
lock, moving it and locking it into position, still partial success. A moment later, you hear this, and the lock clicks off his hands, and then a moment after that, as the lock clicks off his feet, you watch as Sonak rubs his hands and wrists, goes, "Thank you so much. I am Sonak. I was the son of the chief of the Southern Water Tribe. I don't think I am anymore. I think I'm just Sonak now. And friend, nice to meet you too," as he holds out a hand to Koz. You watch as Ko takes his hand and grips it a little bit tighter. You hear this little crack as Koz goes, "It's good that an old friend of Keeko's has come back and said hello."
Ko, Sonak. Ko's a pirate hunter. We're kind of cool now.
As soon as you say
Should be
pirate hunter,
okay.
you watch as Sonak steps back away from Koz. Koz does not release his grip. You watch as he pulls Sonak a little bit further forward and goes, I'm going to have a look through my wanted posters and see what you've done. Which is Sonak just goes pale as he looks up. And then Koz turns to you and gives you a wink, Keeko, and then releases his hand.
Brilliant. Okay, wink, little side wink. Hey. Perfect. But so like, I think your dad, the chief, I think he still wants to see you, mate. I don't know if he's given up on you yet. Might have to say sorry. Maybe 100 times. I don't think he's given up on you yet.
We met
That's-
two very different people then.
He watches Sonak sort of like rubs his hands from it, nods, looks over and goes, Pirate Hunter, Keeko, and Tilla, was it?
Yeah.
Please don't tell me you're a pirate hunter too.
Uh,
Oh. Man.
I feel like I would be like exactly like that. Like, no.
I mouth the word bounty. Just Sonak.
I'm the sheriff.
Oh, that's way worse. You don't even do it for the money. You do it because you're that fucking obsessed with law. Yikes. Okay, I haven't committed any crimes. I've not been a part of the Fifth Nation for since the whole shit went down near Chameleon Bay. I promise I've not.
Dude, there's so much more shit going on at the moment. I don't.
What was that
care.
explosion? I heard this enormous. It sounded like thunder detonating on the beach. What happened?
You know that battle battalion you were on?
Oh God, it's the blasting jelly.
Yeah.
Nods. Yeah.
Who's left? You said Craig's okay, but Kong's dead?
Kong's dead. King's dead.
Spits immediately as soon as you say Kong's dead. Good fucking riddance. That psychopath. He was trying to ransom me back to my father. That was the plan, anyway. Keeko, it all went wrong after you left. I should have come with you. I should have left when you left. I made a terrible mistake.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, mate. But hey, look, everything's coming up, isn't it? On Little Island, no less. You're alive. Not a lot of other people are alive. I'll be honest. It was a kind of a what's the term for gun in Avatar? Bloodbath.
It was a bloodbath.
It was a bloodbath to do this, but everything's okay now. Avatar's kind of pissed though. Maybe don't go. Talk
Avatar's
about
here?
Yeah, she's here too. She beheaded Korn. That was pretty metal.
On one hand, I wish I could have seen that. On the other, I think I'm grateful that I wasn't there.
You definitely better that you weren't there, trust me.
Definitely would have been killed, I'm sorry to say, mate.
In saying that, let's maybe not proclaim who you are when we get back.
I'm Sonak, son of the chief of the Southern Water Tribe, and that's the answer we're going with, correct?
Damn straight.
Yeah, so
Cody,
I'm
you with
going to
us
tell
on this
the other
one?
two not to say anything.
This is Sonak, Fifth Nation member, and also son of the chief of the Southern. I'm kidding. I know. I look. I saw what Kyoshi did to Kong and what she was going to do to Craig.
Oh god, she would have killed you too, Keeko. Jesus Christ.
I don't think she would have killed Keeko. We've spent a lot of time with her. I think she was just trying to bluff you. I've done it sometimes when I've needed to pull up some fish and there's been a rather large squid shark on the other end. Sometimes you just need to do a show of strength to get it to back off. You do the right thing, not backing off.
I look at Code.
You don't back off protein.
Unhinged enough that I don't trust
You never back off protein, mate.
I look at Code and honestly, like, not a lot of people can play chicken with a squid shark, mate.
Not a lot of people try, and that's the secret.
Damn strange. Hey, I'm gonna hold that for another day. Nah, I felt like it was a test. Could have died. That would have been funny. But it didn't.
I would not have
And
found
this
that
is
amusing.
game.
I don't think any of us would have found it funny, let's be real.
I've got a darker sense of humor. But anyway, everything's all good now. Let's get you back. Let's get you back onto the beach, and you can meet the other guys. We've got some airbenders. You're gonna love to meet Sonak. Lovely people. Little girl, awesome. You're gonna love to see Lilly. She's fantastic. She blew up the ship. Did it
She was?
together.
Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Wait till you meet him. As I pick him up by the arm and start carrying him over.
As you guys begin to head back, Lilly, you're on the beach. As you rush after Tomiko, you make your way up over the bluff. As you look around, there's no sign of her. And then a moment later, you feel a tap on your shoulder. And as you spin, you see Tomiko standing there. She rubs her temples and looks at you. So, how do you think you went with this situation? How do you think you did?
You requested that I get Kyoshi to Little Island
Which
to
you did.
obliterate the Fifth Nation.
Which has happened.
I would say this went swimmingly. Much like those body parts.
Ha. It is good that you find humor in this. Lucky that there was no one on board the ship guarding the blasting jelly, is it not? Lucky that it was all laid out ready. Presented.
I did wonder why there was a fuse just ready to go.
Let us say I have watched you for some time, Lilly, and I know how you think. I know what your plan would be, and I wondered if you would take the bait of the blasting jelly. Look, it is an efficient way. In future, make sure you are not seen getting on board and off the ship. Plausible deniability. You don't want to be tied back to this. As it stands now, how many people could tie you to this? I saw you make this shape with your hands, explosion shape, to like 3 people.
Yes, they're my friends. I didn't want them to get caught up in the blast. I've gotten kind of attached to them over the past few months as travel companions, and they're keeping up my alibi. I don't think they'll tell anybody, but I didn't want them to get hurt as well.
It is admirable to want to protect innocence, but you need to do it without compromising your own status. You are young. There is time for you to learn this, and time for you to practice. But if you truly do join our organization, Lilly, work with me and Lage, you will have to say goodbye to your friends at some point.
That's fine. I'm
She's got
more
no
than
worries
happy.
with that, guys. No dramas.
I'm more than okay with letting them go as long as they are not in immediate danger due to me leaving them. I'm not gonna just let them die when they are decent people.
No, that is good, especially when they are innocent and working towards a similar goal. No, I respect this. It is good that you did not leave them to their fate. Although, I cannot help but notice Keeko, Tilla, they were rather close to the epicenter of the explosion, were they not?
They were. That was unfortunate. I did what I could. I warned the 2 Airbender brothers thinking that they would assist them more, and they didn't. And there wasn't a lot more that I could really do.
One more lesson for you then.
You bitch.
You throw me under the bus, I throw you under the bus.
One more lesson for you then, Lilly. Take responsibility. You need to. The lives you just ended on that beach, and for the parts of your plan that did not go perfect. If you take responsibility now, it will help you plan better in the future. Yes, you cannot control the actions of others, and yes, you did warn Jedd and Jedd. I watched you do it. But in that instance, you knew what was going to happen. You knew the consequences. Next time, maybe try and keep your friends a little further away from the very beginning.
In my head, I'm just seeing like flashes of like the burning fucking bodies, and like my whole face just like falls, and I'm like, I'm aware of the consequences of my actions.
Good.
I'm very aware, and I do take responsibility.
Good. You ended lives today. Many lives. But they were people who have hurt. People who have stolen, who have killed. People who are following a man capable of a lot worse.
In the words of the great avatar Kyoshi, you get rid of problems by killing them.
That is what Lauge has tried to. It's what Lauge has tried to teach her. She has been slow to learn that lesson, but today, I see we did
It's
manage.
efficient.
We did manage to successfully get her to do that. Koring is dead, beheaded by his own glass, and I hope Kyoshi has learned a lesson from this.
I think she has.
Lily, we will be in contact shortly, but you have earned a rest. For now, rejoin your friends. Spend your time how you would like to. When you get back to your koya, and you will be back at your koya soon, I will be in contact when we are next aligned in our interests. But before you go, there is
I
one
look forward to seeing
person.
you.
There is one person who would like to meet you before you go. You watch as Tomoko turns and nods. Stepping out from behind the bushes, you see a man,
Oh, for God's sake.
sprightly,
I
older.
feel like I know where this is going.
Who do you think it is? I'm curious now.
I feel like this is your NPC summon.
No, it's not. This is
It's
Lauge.
not? Okay.
It's not. I'm saving that.
I was so worried.
I had a no.
I thought I was going to say, like, I got you a puppy. Like someone wants to meet you.
That would be pretty funny. No. I do want to keep the kind of emotional
Yeah,
state
okay,
where it
good.
is, and having Man-Bat appear from behind a tree does undercut that somewhat. Don't worry.
All that I was picturing in my head was just this Man-Bat appearing from behind her
Man-Bat's
being,
fucking
"Hey."
awesome. I'm definitely going to have Man-Bat appear. I've got the perfect time to bring him in, but I could not justify bringing him in
Okay,
this
good.
moment.
Appreciate that.
Okay.
Couldn't
I'm
do
gonna
it.
be honest, I thought everyone just kind of agreed that it was Lauge.
I definitely thought it was. That would make sense. But in my head, I was like, he mentioned Man-Bat earlier today.
I did have another idea of how to bring in Man-Bat, but we didn't end up doing it. You guys chose different pathways. Mr. Schweppes. No. Mr. Schweppes. No, I didn't have an opportunity to bring him in the way that I wanted. So I thought, okay, it's all right. We'll figure that out later. That's not a problem. As you look, you see an old man, a spry old man with a wispy white beard, with very, very long white hair draping down across his shoulders. Parts of it are tied up in little braids that drape over his shoulders. His clothing is scraggly, mismatched, partly ragged. But underneath you can see muscles, wiry, live muscles. And as he strides towards you, you watch as he brings his fingers together, looks down his nose at you. His nose is slightly crooked, probably from being broken at some point in the past. Looks down towards you with his green eyes. So, Lily, you want to join my organization? Tomoko here has said you are a worthy sponsor, and clearly you have what it takes to meet tyranny with force.
What better way to beat tyranny? Am I right?
Indeed. I will forge you into a blade in the dark. You draw a lot of attention to yourself. That is good for some. Avatar, for example. It is very well for her to be loud and visible. But you and I and Tomoko here, we must be quiet so as not to draw too much attention. Others would try to stop us. I am sorry. My manners. I lose them sometimes. I am Lauge. Perhaps you have heard of me.
Tomoko has mentioned you, for sure.
I was a companion to Kyoshi for some time. I was a member of the Flying Opera Company when it suited me.
I thought Kyoshi wanted to meet with you.
She did. But she is not yet ready for the next lesson I have to teach her. She's closer after today. You did a good job bringing her here. And getting that fight as brutal as it got. Next time, though, bit more stealthy will do you well.
Look, if I didn't have friends that were in the way of the blast, I probably would have been able to squeeze in and out without anyone seeing me, but it was just... I couldn't put that to them. I couldn't let them just pass.
Understood. Well,
Tomiko? We should probably leave before Kyoshi sweeps the island. No doubt she has already figured out we had a part to play in this.
Just Tomiko sort of looks surprised.
No, I was very careful hiding my steps.
You watch as Largo shakes his head.
You have a bit still to learn, my pupil. Kyoshi is smart and stubborn, a combination that is dangerous. It is time for us to leave. Lilly, I watch your career with interest. Tomiko will be in touch. When you are a little older, do me well to shake you by the hand and welcome you into my company.
I look forward to working with you. Oh, under you.
He nods. The two of them begin to walk away.
Is there any like barrels of water or anything around where I am right now? Because I was like up near where the
So you're not currently
main
at the
camp section was.
Yeah, you're not currently in the hollowed area in the center of the bluff where the bar was kind of set up. But you're only a couple of meters away from it. You could rush down. You know there's barrels of water there, for sure.
Yeah. I'm going to run over there, grab a barrel of water, and then take that back down to the beach and start offering water to, you know, Jedd, Ted, etc.
There's
Make
no
it seem like
way
that's
you
what I
can
left for.
carry a barrel of water, but you can grab a few water skins, fill them up, and carry them
like
with
a
you, for sure.
yeah. However much water I can take.
Yeah. And as you run back down to get some water for the rest of the group, I think that's where we'll wrap up for tonight so that Jedd can deal with the fallout of this situation properly with Ted and set us up nicely for our next session. Now, for our Christmas special next Thursday, obviously it's the last session before we break for Christmas, we are going to do an Ember Island Players special. We are going to do a slight time jump forwards just to fit in the Ember Island players. We didn't quite get up to where we were going to organically meet them, so no dramas. I'll do a very quick time skip forwards. I'm not going to give any spoilers away. We'll have you all enjoying the Ember Island Players show, and then we'll jump back to where we are here next year when we jump back in. And when we get up to that point, when you get back to Yokoya and bump into the Ember Island Players, I'll just say, and the Ember Island Players episode happens now. Then we will continue on. So easiest way to do it, just hand wave that bad boy. So look, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed Legacy of Kyoshi. Man, that fight was brutal. That was
Oh yeah.
nuts. Holy shit.
I didn't like it.
It was great.
That was rough. I had a lot of fun. That was great. I've not DM'd
everything I wanted it to be.
Yes. Okay, good. As long as Bree's happy, we've succeeded, everyone. We are going to go and raid Corsair's Cove. They're currently doing their Humblewood campaign, which is a lot of fun. So let's go get that loaded up. So those of you on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We're going to go and raid the lovely Corsair's Cove. For everyone watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast, thank you so much. It's always such a pleasure to have you join us. Make sure, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. The like button, comments, and other variations also really help us out. But the subscribe button in particular really, really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. And just like Avatar Kyoshi bends the elements and Lilly bends the law towards war crimes, you too can bend the YouTube algorithm to your will by hitting that subscribe button. Thank you so much, everybody. Stay safe, stay well. We will see you all again next Thursday. But until then, farewell, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
See you later, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.